69. Coming up on OTB, we preview the World Cup matchup between USA and England, and we look ahead to the college football weekend. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTB, live from City Slice Pints and Pizza, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Yeah. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Hey y'all, Mario here. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties. Unfortunately, we are going to take our first break, and we will try to figure this out. You're listening to Off the Bench, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. Professional golfers John Peterson and J.J. Colleen answer all your golf and life questions inside the new Drop Biscuit Studios podcast for the people. Download or subscribe today at dropbiscuit.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Service Mastery Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Mastery Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
Matt Moscona from all of us here at AFR wishing you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving. We're taking the holiday off, but we will be back on Friday. We assure you we will be open here on Friday. Ready to talk as we preview LSU and Texas A&M. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at AFR.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Bandy. Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Okay, I think we got everything hammered out on our side. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Black Friday. We are out here at City Slice. We got some footy playing on the television. Let's ride, dude. Qatar and Senegal underway right now. Little Group A action. Already some insanity this morning, Jake. Am I wrong? Did Iran just beat Wales 2-0, scoring in what, the 98th and like 101st minute?
They did. Woke up to that because that game obviously affects the USA, who plays England later today. I'm still shocked that you're saying Qatar the way you are, knowing that every person that's been on TV has said it the right way. You continue to say it the wrong way, but I'm glad to be back and hear you say it the wrong way.
I eventually you're going to have to let this die, because also I go back and forth. I will maintain my position that both ways are correct. Yeah, so we'll get into a lot of soccer today. Obviously, U.S.-England coming up this afternoon, 1 p.m. As Right Tossa's getting ready to suffer the U.S.'s wrath. I mean, even though I don't know, actually, with the form that Wales just had, law of transitive sports property, what England did to Iran versus Iran just did to Wales.
But you know that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, I suppose. We'll see.
Like if Argentina played Saudi Arabia 10 times, like that result would never happen again. But it happened on that day.
Or if Japan paid Germany 10 times, or Iran played Wales 10 times. There's been actually I heard Iran kind of dominate the entire game, but it's been a very interesting World Cup thus far in terms of some of the big boys suffering some early group stage defeats.
And that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be chaos. It's supposed to be upsets. It's supposed to be because Japan plays a certain style of soccer. They're supposed to go to a World Cup and have an advantage until maybe you figure it out in the quarterfinals if they can get there. So it's been fun so far. We've had upsets. We've had dominance. We've had kind of a little bit of everything. Now we just need the USA to take care of England, or really just get a result. Because if you get a result, you get a point at least. Then it sets up, you go and you play Iran. And if you can take care of business there, then you move on.
Yeah, that's true. So pretty good break, actually, for the U.S. Let's see what they can do today. We'll be back out here at 1 o'clock, hanging out, watching the U.S.-England game live. As, look, City Slice, if you've never been out here, it's a great spot. Not only is the pizza absolutely delicious. When I used to live by here, I used to come by here for pizza all the time. But, like, it's just got a great venue, man. TVs literally everywhere surrounding us. I'll put up a video in a little bit so you get a full look at the vibe, what it's going to be like for the World Cup. Beers on tap, delicious. Probably get into that by the end of today's show. Me and Jake,
minus the probably.
Me and Jake both have our USA jerseys on. I have the famous creamsicle or pop rocket sickle. I don't know exactly what you call it. The Bomb Pop jerseys, yes.
Which still plays.
I hope so. Yours is pretty cool, though. I do like yours quite a bit. What is the 146 for?
Yeah, so it's the American Outlaws chapter.
Okay.
Whichever chapter you become, that's the jersey number that you get. So this is from American Outlaws Shreveport chapter, which my brother started. And so
they couldn't get you to do 318?
We were number one. Well, you'd have to wait a while to get to 318.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know if maybe you could pull some strings.
I wonder what they're up to now. I'm not sure, but this was number 146, so it's got AO Shreveport on the back. And so, yeah, special occasions for this one.
Hell yeah. It's going to be a very fun day of World Cup Action Day here at City Slice. So come on out. Any pizza you want on this Black Friday. You want to come party. Hopefully you don't have to go to work.
God,
well,
if you got to work today
for you.
Yeah, I mean, we're working today. But
yeah, but our
we're on
work
location. We're talking sports.
Yeah.
If you have to work today,
yes, you have to do an actual job today. God, and God bless everybody who had to work yesterday.
Yeah.
Like everybody else, you always think you get all your grocery shopping done, and then you get to the moment you're like, we actually need 4 or 5 more things. And just shout out to I go to Rouse's yesterday, right? And there's a full staff in there. So huge thank you to everybody in society yesterday who worked on their Thanksgiving and spent time away from their families so that everybody else could enjoy theirs. Also, shout out Black Friday to everybody who celebrates. Jake, it's great to have you back. We had a very fun week of OTB, but we certainly missed you. talked a lot of Egg Bowl, talked a lot of Texas A&M. I want to propose an idea to you. And, Mario, you can just go ahead and – because I'm a little thrown off the clock right now because what happened that first break, I think we just can go super long here.
Yeah,
but
we can.
Just hop in my ear whenever you think we need to go. But
7:30 break.
Okay, cool. Okay, perfect. So, Jake, there's been an idea, I think, and we'll talk LSU and A&M right now. There's been an idea that has been percolating, and it's something that I think is true now. Like, okay, after LSU won the West, a lot of the talk was, anything, mission accomplished. It's a pretty incredible season already. Anything that happens from here on out is lagniappe. But it has become, I think, readily clear that, yes, losing Atlanta to Georgia, nobody's going to care. If you somehow beat Georgia, made a playoff and lost in the playoff, nobody would care. It would still be all happiness, right? The only thing that is going to make people angry potentially, the only risk left of tainting this incredible season that has just defied all expectation is Texas A&M and College Station this Saturday.
Without question. Make no mistake about it, though. I mean, LSU's a place that wants to go play in an SEC championship game, show up, have that be a good game. So if they did lose, and you don't want to get blown out by any means, but like you said, it is lagniappe. It is something that you had no expectation to get there this year. You have. So this is the last hurdle. The hurdle is to beat Texas A&M, a team that is a bad football team. Not a team that's struggling, not a team that's trying to figure some things out, just a bad football team. UMass was in the game with them last week.
And help people out, Jake, because I'm not even clear on this, but I believe UMass isn't just a small school. I know about UMass, but I'm saying but literally they are viewed as what? One of the worst. Are they still FCS or are they up to low FBS now?
No, so they are FBS.
Okay, but they are like
131
FBS. Or something, right? Out of all the over 130 FBS teams in the country, UMass may be considered the worst, and they were hanging with Texas A&M.
Yeah, so I mean it is epically bad for Texas A&M. There's no hiding from that. There's no. I mean, I'm looking at UMass right now. They're 1-10. UMass's only victory came against Stony Brook, right? They lost by 32.
Freaking Stony Brook, dude!
They lost by 32 to Tulane. They lost by 45 to Toledo. They lost by 28 to Temple. They lost by 20 to Liberty. So you get it, right?
Yes.
So that's who UMass is, and it was only 20-3, and it was 20-3 late. So they are a bad football team. Now, I don't know what College Station's going to look like this week. Last week there was 6 people in there. I got to imagine there's going to be a lot more people in there for LSU because this game means a lot more to them than it does to you. Okay?
It should be packed, right? I mean, they have the cultish buy-in. They hate LSU. It's the last game of the year. It's the same way that it represents LSU's biggest, potential anger-inducing pitfall of the season.
Right.
LSU represents a wonderful salve for their season, right? You can't get bowl eligible. You will, at best, finish tied for last in the SEC in terms of conference record. There's nothing actually to play for from a number standpoint. The only thing you have to play for would be ruining LSU's good time, much like LSU last year. Where granted, you could argue that maybe going 5-5, or I guess it wasn't last year, but the same way that, yes, last year really helped to make an awful season feel a bit better with Jere Jenkins catching that last-second game-winning touchdown and being able to clown A&M and making fun of them and Texas 8-4 and all those jokes. I don't want to be on the other side of that equation.
No, because it's even worse for them.
Yes, go handle your business tomorrow.
For LSU, they got them bowl eligible last year, which was an awful season.
Right. So they did have stuff to play for.
But I'm saying at least LSU got to a bowl game because of that. A&M's even worse than that.
Yeah.
You can go play the game that you played against Arkansas, which wasn't great offensively, and still beat this Texas A&M team. So you have to absolutely not show up, in my opinion, to go beat Texas A&M. So you've just got to go there, play your game, do all those coaching cliches, and you'll be fine. And you have to realize, what's ahead of you. If the committee didn't give you some juice this week, then I don't know what will. They still have you ahead of USC.
Yeah.
That should tell you if you take care of business, if you do what you're supposed to do, if you find a way to go beat Georgia, everything that you want is still in front of you. So that should be motivation enough to know that you sit there at number 5, right? 2 and 3 play each other. 4 still got to play a championship game. All those things that we already know. So for me, that should give you all the motivation and the fact that you don't like them either.
Yeah, I wonder if well, we can get into the USC thing a bit later on. Sometimes I think it's just the College Football Playoff Committee playing like well-orchestrated head games with us where they basically are banking on one team falling. And so, like, we can put LSU ahead now because their resume's better. They don't have a weakness like USC's defense. But, like, we kind of know they're going to lose, and so we can do that comfortably and then expect somebody else to jump up in there.
And USC still has chances to move up with Notre Dame and with the Pac-12 championship game. But for this moment, right now, like LSU is number 5.
Yep.
Right? So you go out there and you have to act like the number 5 team in the country, which they have basically all season long once they got to that point of playing like a true top 10 football team.
It's kind of wild to think about, Jake, on tomorrow's rivalry day, and one of these games may be today, so excuse me, the point still stands. Vanderbilt and Mizzou will be playing to get bowl eligible.
Yep.
If they would manage to get bowl eligible, there would be one team in the SEC who did not reach a bowl. Literally tomorrow, you have the ability for 13 of the 14 teams in the Southeastern Conference to play in a postseason bowl game. The only team that does not have a mathematical chance, the Texas A&M Aggies. So, again, there is now. I saw A-Chain is back. And really, that's been kind of an undercurrent to the entire season that's almost overwhelming at times, is trying to make sense of A&M's roster in terms of who's available and who's not.
Yeah.
Whether it's like flu or sickness or guys being suspended or guys getting hurt or checking out. Like week to week, there have been a laundry list of guys that are out. They get A-Chain and, who's their good wide receiver? They're getting 2 offensive weapons back, essentially. Does that worry you at all?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Because of the play calls, because of the play design, because of the inconsistent quarterback play. I mean, A-Chain's played a bulk of the year. I mean, he's played a majority of the year.
True.
Like, I know Anais Smith missed most of the year, and he's kind of their game changer, but it's not really right now the roster. Like, the roster's got talent. It's just the way that they've tried to put everything together. So, no, like, if I'm LSU, like, that should not – you go back and you look at what LSU was able to do against Ole Miss's rushing attack, what they've been able to do against some of the better ones that they've faced, even Arkansas's rushing attack, right?
Yeah.
Arkansas had the leading rusher in the SEC. Arkansas had a running quarterback. You shut all of that down. So one player like that should not make you scared if you're LSU. Like, there's nothing that I can come on here and say that I feel like Texas A&M has an advantage over you. Not one position right now. But you still got to go out there. We all know that. You got to play the game. But you have to realize, like, you are a dominant football team, certainly on the defensive side, over really the latter portion of the season. Offensively, you've only had one hiccup. You're the better team. Just go play like the better team. This is a big recruiting weekend as well for LSU. Like, there's some battles between A&M and LSU.
Yeah.
Like, go use this to your advantage. Step on their throat. Let them know that, hey, this is like the beginning for us. Like, y'all have already had all these top 10 classes, and it's amounted to 3 wins. Like, we're just getting started, and we're in the SEC championship game. Go step on their throats. Go show those recruits where they should be going. Like, that's a big portion of this game for me.
Well, and speaking of recruits, it's kind of funny. You may not just be trying to make a case to high school recruits. You could be potentially trying to make a case to, like, some A&M players themselves. Brooks Gobber in the chat, in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, says, Hanny had a great question on Wednesday's show. Over under the amount of A&M players that enter the portal, over and under set at 14.5. And I don't care about the actual number. But the question does beg, right? This entire year, we basically talked about Texas A&M almost being a grand sociological experiment, right? The first college football team kind of mainly built through funding in a lot of ways. And what kind of culture does that create? Now, this is not some end-all, be-all, because there are plenty of schools where everybody's getting paid and everybody's doing very well. So, like, I'm not saying this is the root of their problem, but it is fascinating in how kind of brittle the culture felt in that when it started to fall apart, it didn't just, like, crumble. You didn't just drop a game, crumble slowly. You didn't drop a game here or there. Like, it shattered. And the wheels completely came off. And now, I know their defensive tackle, who's like their number 1 ranked player, is already in the transfer portal. And so I guess my question to you, Jake, would be, How interested are you in some of these Texas A&M players that would enter the transfer portal?
I mean, you never know. Obviously, when a player enters the portal, like, you got to find out why did you enter the portal. You know, how did you get there? And LSU's had kind of their own way of searching the portal, obviously with a heavy Louisiana emphasis as far as, you know, like Fouché and Brooks being from Louisiana. That's been something. But look, how many players go in there, we don't know. Offensively, if I'm an offensive player for A&M and I feel like it's going to stay the same, right? Like, depending on if Jimbo brings somebody in or not, and if I'm a receiver, if I'm somebody that was promised this and it's been that, like, yeah, then I'm taking a deep look into it. Because if it's going to be more of the same, why would I stay here? Why would I continue to, you know, not reach my potential as a skill player? But like for LSU, like, I don't know, like, there's certainly players from Louisiana on that A&M roster, but yeah, if there's a 5-star player that I was recruiting out of high school and it came down to me, A&M, and Bama, and now he's back in the portal, yeah, I would certainly take a look, depending on how he got there, why he's there maybe.
Well, it's very funny that you bring this up, Jake, specifically from the offensive player's perspective, because my guy Emil McClellan just texted me. Speaking of recruiting, he links me a tweet from Marshall Levinson, who covers recruiting for On3, Marshall Levy On3. He says, quote, barring any major developments in the final month of the year, Texas A&M is on pace to sign a recruiting class without an offensive skill player. No quarterback, no running back, no wide receiver, no tight end for the first time in the modern recruiting era. So since class rankings came around in the late 90s, I guess no school has ever signed a class without a single offensive skill player. And there's still late signing day, but here on this first signing day, it looks like the confidence in A&M's ability to produce offense, exactly what you were just talking about, is at a historic, a literal objective historic all-time low.
Well, and so here's the thing as well, because you have the early signing period, you have the calendar kind of move up on you a little bit. A lot of these coaching searches, they kind of happen right now. Like, we'll have new head coaches Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? They're going to happen kind of this week, but that's head coaches. Coordinators, that's not really the case. Like, it's going to take a little bit longer. So are you going to, if you're Texas A&M, have time to maybe bring in a coordinator to get you excited for the early signing period to be able to sign some skilled players? Who can you bring in that can bring excitement? Because if you stay the same, if you stay exactly where you're at, and if you have somebody on staff, James Coley's on staff, Damian Craig's on staff, and you're like, well, this is actually going to be the coordinator, we're going to give him some play calling duties, nobody's going to be excited about that. And that's not even hating on those coaches themselves. That's just saying it's going to stay more the same.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, well, that's, and here we arrive at the kind of catch-22, right? A&M needs to hire an exciting name. How do you attract an exciting name in this situation? And you can say, oh, just pay him. And okay, sure. I mean, I suppose you could just, like, I don't think A&M's any stranger to the sunken cost fallacy. You know, like, they may try to pay their way out of this, but, like, outside of purely monetarily, I don't know what the attraction would be. If I am an exciting young offensive coordinator who's on the come up, I don't know why I would throw my lot in with a regime that feels dead in the water. I mean, because make no mistake, everybody would be fired were it not for that buyout. Yes. That's a very toxic job to commit to at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, Catherine brings up a great point inside the chat. You know, what candidate from the outside, as far as an offensive coordinator, would want to deal with Jimbo? And that's not to say that Jimbo's hard to deal with, but Jimbo's been calling plays since Moby Dick was a minnow. Like, he's been the play caller. Like, if you come in from the outside and you're calling plays, how much is he going to be in your ear? How much is he actually going to give you? When is he going to say, you know what, nope, my turn, and flip the microphone down, give a play call, right, and on 3rd and 7, and then you had just butting heads
Those
for a full year.
Glasses on the bridge of his nose, the spiral notebook. He could not look more like Henry Winkler from The Waterboy if he tried than what Jimbo's look. I mean, look, it works. Les Miles figured out this same thing. The goofy tilted hat, right, the glasses on the bridge of the nose, the kind of laughably old school and thick playbook. If everything is popping, it looks really cool, and it works because you're kind of like some like old mad wizard who doesn't play by societal conventions, and you don't have to look intimidating or anything because guess what? Your offense is intimidating. Like, the actual results do the intimidation for you. When that starts to fail, then you just look bumbling and you just look kind of idiotic, and that's what Jimbo, unfortunately, is having to deal with right now. Like when you see him on the sideline, his hat's like tilt hanging off and his glass, it all looks discombobulated. It looks confused. It looks like he's rapidly flipping through his notes trying to find the answer, and it's nowhere to be found. And then you got Mike Leach over there at the Egg Bowl last night, who essentially has like a one-note card. He has a note card, and he's just like, okay, I'll run this one. Okay. Oh, we won the game. Oh, okay, great. It's just, yeah. I mean, the point of all this is that it's awful at A&M. It is as bad as we could have ever possibly imagined to go from 6th in the country to where they're at right now. And the only glimmer of hope that they have in this dismal death that is staring them in the face is beating LSU on Saturday. So you have to lock in. You have to be professional. Trust the process. And this is not even a trap game situation, Jake. I think for LSU, because you also have to. Well, actually, no. I take that back. I was thinking of it as an end of the season situation, but with Atlanta on the horizon, there is maybe a bit of a temptation to look forward past this one.
Yeah, but if you're LSU and you're trying to find a way to say, okay, will they look ahead? Have they looked ahead? I think last week they showed you that that's not going to be a factor, at least last week, right? Because you already had it clinched before you played UAB. Is UAB A&M? Well, actually, I don't know. UAB might beat Texas A&M this year if they played. I don't know that. UAB came to Tiger Stadium, though, and you took care of business.
Yeah.
Like in bad weather, in a crowd that had a couple of thousand people in it.
Very sharp. It was very sharp.
Exactly all of that, whatever.
Yeah.
You did exactly what you had to do in that game. You dominated, right? And so you've already had that experience. And so if you're an LSU fan, that probably makes you feel a little bit better that you have had a game in which you've already known you're going to Atlanta, in a game that for a lot of people doesn't create a lot of juice because it's UAB. Like not a lot of the teams from Alabama or from Birmingham. Like this game is an SEC game. This is a game in which an opponent that you know is supposed to be your rival. And you got a lot of players from the state of Texas. You have a lot of your roster that was recruited by Texas A&M. And so like they know that brand, they know that team. And so that's one thing that I'm not worried about right now because you've already had that moment in a game that could have been much sleepier than this game.
Yeah, and you owe guys like Max Johnson and others who may have left. So you're right. There's motivation there. You just have to be worried about. I done seen it. Even in 2007, now that was a way better Arkansas team. So it's not a perfect analogy at all. But I think even our 07 team, Jake, was maybe guilty a little bit of looking forward to Atlanta. And I remember Ricky Jean Francois basically giving a speech after that game about how, we were all talking about this or that and basically saying, I don't give a damn about none of that. Just we just got to lock in, focus on Tennessee, beat Tennessee, and let the chips fall where they may. And look, that ended up being the right course. So, look, you know me. I didn't think it was a trap game going into the Arkansas game. And so in the same way, I don't feel like I'm changing my tune. I still trust the process. I trust the maturity of the leadership of this team. And I trust that Harold Perkins is going to dominate this very, very bad Texas A&M offense. I can't wait to watch Perkins to play again this weekend. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a little break here. We're out here at City Slice. Hell yeah, we got World Cup playing on all the TVs around us. I don't know if you can actually, from this camera angle, it takes you to the one angle that maybe isn't capturing the amount of TVs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 big-ass televisions that we're watching World Cup on. USA England coming up this afternoon at 1 p.m. We'll be here drinking beers, getting ready to beat the English once again. Going to be 3-0, 1776, 1812, and 2022. So keep it locked. We got more OTB coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I want you to go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, man. No matter what you got going on, if you need a new vehicle for you and your family, it doesn't matter what you want, right? You want to join me in the MVG, the minivan gang? The Toyota Sienna will blow your mind. And you think I'm joking, but I've talked to multiple people who have gone in, maybe they rented it from All-Star Toyota for a vacation or something, and they were like, oh my God, T-Bob, I think I have to get this vehicle now, right? So it doesn't, but look, it's not just that. You want like a big Tundra, Sequoia, Ford, whatever. It's all there for you off of Airline Highway, All-Star Toyota, Baton Rouge.
And if you're trying to go to College Station this weekend, you still have time if you want to rent that Toyota. Remember, per-day rental prices. And if you want something bigger, even if you need something that saves on gas, if you want to rent a sedan to go head over to College Station, they've got you covered. All you got to do is go check out what they have available on their website, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. Go rent that Toyota today, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
When I was a boy, I spent my days climbing trees, catching fish. Barefoot in the river I walked, listening to crickets, counting stars. This was home. After my stroke, I wondered if I'd make it back to the people and places I love. But I got the right doctors with Blue Cross coverage. Your card matters. Your home does too.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
Quarterfinals in the Prep Football Playoffs, and we get started Friday night at 6 with Louisiana Prep Preview, presented by the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Catholic High and Edakar kick off at 7, immediately followed by the Lake Urgent Care Total Occupational Medicine Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on YouTube, Your View, and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back here on Off the Bench. It is Black Friday. Shout out to all of you who celebrate. I hope you get all of the deals that you are looking for. One of the coolest deals is coming out here to City Slice to watch really any sports, right? Like let's say you're going to one of the men's or women's basketball games. You're coming on campus. Well, and come here right before, get some beers, get some pizza, play some pool. Maybe if you don't want to go to the game, you just stick around and chill here at City Slice, like we're going to be doing for the World Cup games today. U.S. England coming up at 1 p.m. this afternoon. Remember, here at City Slice, happy hour Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. We're talking $3 double L's, half off wine, $1 pints, and if you work in the service industry, again, shout out everybody going to work, making society happen on these holidays. But year-round, this is not a holiday thing. If you work in the service industry, it's happy hour for you all day long. Shout out City Slice, dude. We are very excited to be out here. Very great environment. Jake, it looked like you were in a great environment this week as well. Gallivanting around the world, from California to Shreveport. Let's start with your trip to watch a little Sunday Night Football, as we don't have to get the ending quite yet, but it seemed pretty cool. How was it? So you got to go to Chargers-Chiefs.
Yes.
It looked like you got the old alumni treatment. I saw you on the sideline pregame. I saw the boys, firing off some sort of cannon or something in the stadium. It looked very cool. How was it?
Amazing stadium. If you haven't been to SoFi, go check it out. Like, the event doesn't matter. Just go check out SoFi Stadium.
So it's like a modern marvel of human architecture.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's like indoor, outdoor. Like, there's not a bad seat in the house. The screens. I mean, everything in that stadium is top notch. And coming from old Qualcomm, where I played for the Chargers, to that was unbelievable. But yeah, the Chargers, hooked us up. Got my oldest Jackson, who's a gigantic Chargers fan. We've talked about that before on the sideline. It was great. We got a chance to see Clyde. Got a chance to talk to him for about 20 minutes before the game. Braden Fajoko, got a chance to catch up with him for a while before the game as well.
Playing a ton, because isn't their entire defensive line hurt, basically, except for Fajoko?
They are. He played well, too. And so got a chance to see the old equipment managers, the guy who drafted me, the whole deal. So it was a great trip. The game was a great game. Look, I've been in enough of these situations where I knew the ending, Jackson knew the ending, and we were like, it's going to happen. Too much time. So unfortunately, it did happen, but the game was fantastic. The Chargers down a couple of bodies, down a couple of receivers. They still found a way to be in the game. And so, and the boys all got on the big screen. They got a chance to shoot the cannon after a score. And then they got a chance to do, like, they had this little siren.
Okay, that's what I saw. I saw the video of the siren, and they were all on the big screen, and Memphis looked like he was getting it, dude.
Yeah, so, man, they really they hooked us all up. And so it was a lot of fun. Even though the Chargers lost, everybody was mad except Huddy. Of course, Huddy Paul, my Chiefs fan in the crew, was
was he actively cheering for the Chiefs at the game while you were there being honored by the Chargers?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, he covered his Chiefs jersey up to go be on the big screen.
Wow.
Like, he's loyal. I see you. He is a loyal Clyde Chiefs fan for sure. But great trip, man. Great trip. Got a chance to go to the beach a bunch and do the whole deal. Did Knott's Berry Farm, which I think you would have enjoyed.
Oh, hell yeah. What's that?
A lot of roller coasters.
Oh, nice, dude. I mean, yes, I'm always down for a theme park. I've never even heard of that, though, actually.
Yeah, it's right there in Orange County.
Well, we're glad to have you back.
Yeah, I got back at 12 last night, and you know what? Showed up for work this morning.
Wow, look at that. So you drove back from Shreveport last night, though, right?
Thanksgiving, yeah. Thanksgiving was in Shreveport. Tried to watch a bunch of the football games, and then obviously he's like, look, we got to get on the road.
Yeah, I let my, so this was, I don't know, I can't remember if we had gambling at this time last year or not. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter.
No, we didn't.
This was the first time in which, I don't think so. This is the first time in that I got to enjoy a gambling Thanksgiving. And again, I want to preface this all with, like we talk about every day, like, obviously you have to gamble responsibly, right? The only way you don't chase losses is if you lose money, you're cool with losing, okay? So, like, let's just all understand that off the bat. And I think the majority of people do.
Trust me, when you don't have it in California, you're like, man, I'd really like to play this game.
Ooh,
I'm glad we live in Louisiana.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say. It's actually like one of the few times, where I think I'd say the same thing because it made yesterday so much fun, dude. Like, screw a squares, screw a square game. I mean,
squares.
That's all we used to have back in the day, and I thought that was very fun, right?
Yes.
Watch the scores, who's going to win. But like for instance, yesterday, my wife, who doesn't care about football, doesn't know anything about football. While we're cooking all day and just doing all the normal Thanksgiving stuff, like we put up our tree and stuff yesterday, so we're just cooking and decorating all day long. And throughout it, I was making her do all the gambling picks. I'm not very good at gambling. She ends up going 5-1 yesterday. But the point of it is that it made the games so much fun. We were locked in. She actually cared about what was going on the screen, which never normally happens. Like, she chose Mississippi State money line, right? So when Will Rogers fumbles on the 1 at the end of the game, and it looks like Ole Miss goes 99 yards, like she was sweating that out, and she finally got a little taste of just how much fun that can be. So yeah, shout out Louisiana, man. Of course, the only thing that we get right is like a syntax sort of deal where, you know, it's the common man just gambling all their money away, but it is still fun. It is still fun for us, the common people. Shout out DraftKings as well. If you want to play, that's what we were playing, DraftKings Sportsbook app, promo code Baton Rouge. There's so much to gamble on right now, be it NBA, NHL, World Cup, college football, NFL. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today.
21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Availability varies by parish. Eligibility restrictions apply. Minimum $5 deposit. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions. Licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP. 787-770-STOP. 7867.
Jake, what did you think about? I mean, so we're kind of up against a break here because I do want to go long on the Egg Bowl because I think we learned some fascinating things yesterday in terms of how we perceived these two teams entering that game. Just remember this is all I'll say before we go further in depth on it. But remember this, entering yesterday's game, the perception of these teams was very skewed in that nobody really thought about Mississippi State all year long, maybe a little bit in the beginning, but nobody really thought about them all year long as meaning anything. Ole Miss was always in the conversation, but when you actually looked at the records, it was very odd as to why that was the case, because the only difference, entering the Egg Bowl last night, the only difference in the records, and Brian Haydad came on and told us this 2 days ago, is that Mississippi State had to play Georgia out of the East, and Ole Miss had to play Vandy. Like, otherwise, they played the same SEC teams and split them in the exact same manner, and now all of a sudden you look up, and Mike Leach and Mississippi State won. So it's like, has Mississippi State really been better than Ole Miss all year long, even though Ole Miss has been like, you know, ranked 8th or 9th or 15th, and Mississippi State's just kind of been chilling in the background the whole year.
I mean, we talked about it when LSU played Mississippi State. Remember, we did like a deal. We went to walk-ons, and we were talking to a crowd of LSU fans, and we were talking about Mississippi State and what we thought about Will Rogers and their team in general.
Yeah.
And, like, nobody really believed us, and it kind of went away a little bit, and everybody talked about Ole Miss. Like, but to your point, like, we've been talking about Mississippi State really the entire season, but it's not been the narrative, certainly in the SEC talk and the national talk by any means. But Mike Leach has done a really nice job there.
Yeah.
And he's got it, like, the ceiling is kind of probably where they're at right now. That might be the highest that you can get. Maybe get a win there.
4-4 in the SEC Egg Bowl win. That will make. I mean, that is exactly what Mike Leach needs to do.
That's Dan Mullen.
Yeah, that is exactly. Yes, exactly.
Right.
And a lot of people thought that Dan Mullen, that like you know, would this be a James Franklin situation where you couldn't achieve that again? And Mike Leach is it 2 years in a row now? Did they go 8-4 last year as well? I'll look it up. But either way, I mean, we talked to Haydad the other day, and he was like, yeah, look, it's funny because if you win this game, yes, everybody's ecstatic because of where everything ends up. But if you lose this game, everybody's furious because you're 3-5 in the SEC, 7-5 overall. So a great job by State last night. I do want to go into that game. I want to talk to some Lane Kiffin as well. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to DonaldsvilleGlassandBody.com, DGBAuto.com, Donaldsville Glass and Body, your shop for all of your, well, really all your vehicular needs. But look, if you need any glass repair, it's right there in the name. They've been at it since 1977 until they got their start. 24/7 towing available as well from Donaldsville Glass and Body. Any collision repair that you need, it's all there for you. And the best part is you can trust them. Again, they're not trying to cheat you, not trying to get anything over on you. They're doing fine. They just need to get you back on the road safely, quickly, and affordably.
Donaldsville Glass and Body is truly a one-stop shop. We say it every single day because that is factual. We feel confident saying that. So no matter what you need with your vehicle, something major, obviously they can handle any of that, but also if you need an oil change, if you need new tires, tire rotation, windshield replacement, repair, whatever it is for your vehicle, they're going to get you back on the road. They're going to be transparent in that process. DonaldsvilleGlassandBody.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $11,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% for 72 months on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
It's Hunt. We're out Thursday. Hope everybody has a safe and happy Thanksgiving. We're back for a football Friday from 1 to 3 on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, you gotta take a stand. It don't have to hide. If you hurt my friends, then you hurt my pride. I gotta be a man. I can't let it slide. I am a real American.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? We're here at City Slice. Fight What's Right, getting ready to knock off England. Once again, coming up this afternoon, we're watching some World Cup action right now. It's a great place to come take in all of the games and continue to talk about it. Shout out to our guy Bilbo T. Baggins, who's in the chat right now, and I'm pretty sure he is actively having a baby. So congratulations, the OTB family growing a member larger. I will be there a week from today. Rob Boudreaux, it took me a second as well, but yes, that was Hogan's song right there. What's going on? What was that? A week. Oh yeah, I know. The final countdown. We are
Quad Bob's about to be here.
Yep. Yep. May name it Bobby either way. I'm not sure yet. That seems to be gaining momentum in the household. We don't know the names yet.
Could be. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Quad Bob is, not assigned to a gender.
It's true. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess I gotta make a choice pretty soon. Jake, how was your Thanksgiving? What'd you get into yesterday?
So we actually got back to Shreveport late Wednesday night. Woke up, did Thanksgiving at my mom's house, had the family come over there. And so spent it in Shreveport, watched a bunch of football, got on the road way too late, and it rained literally the entire way home back to Baton Rouge. But I'm here.
The whole time I was just thinking, like, if we lived in a place where it snowed, it'd be so sick right now. We would just be like covered in like a white blanket.
Without question.
And instead, everything's just like
wet.
Muggy and wet everywhere. I had a lot of fun yesterday doing the Thanksgiving meal. Me and my wife, for the first time, did it just like, it was really just our family, and then the old man came over. But learned a lot, right? Tried to do the from scratch dressing, a new way of doing the turkey from scratch. You just tried to make, even tried to make our own rolls, which came out okay.
When you're making your own rolls, it just takes so long.
I know.
There's a lot that goes into it when it's just very easy to get the rolls, because the bread's bread.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like some things from scratch, like you can tell there's some TLC behind it. It tastes better. Like bread is bread.
I think I'm inclined to agree with you there. I don't know that is one area where I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze. Right. Like the amount of effort it would take to get good at making rolls and to surpass just a tasty dinner roll that you can buy freshly baked at whatever store you want. I don't know if we'll be revisiting that, but the gravy was the star though yesterday, as it always is. I mean, it just ties everything together. Finally, at the end of the day, I got to make that giant amalgamated mess of a plate where I mixed up everything into one just jumble and then just gravy all over
KFC
the top.
bowl.
Oh, yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Watching football was very fun all day as well. I dropped the ball, though, and didn't want playing trains and automobiles, which that's on me. That's on me.
Look, there was a lot of things going on yesterday as far as what you could view. Yeah. So planes, trains, and automobiles will always be there for you.
I know.
It's going to be there today. It'll be there tomorrow. It'll be there Sunday.
I am going extra try hard, not to brag, though, with my Christmas tree. So I bought my tree yesterday, or 2 days ago, and it came with instructions. So I immediately, it's a real tree, obviously, right? I'm a real tree family. But I got home.
Felt like you were trying to flex there. Okay.
Not to brag. I just like a real tree. But I got home. I put it out in the backyard. I hosed it all down.
Yeah.
This is to get any pollen and anything like that off, apparently. Then you let it dry for 24 hours. But they give you a fresh cut when you get it, right? So right after I hosed it down, I had to pour some boiling hot water in the bottom mixed with some tree preservative to break down or something the emulsification. I guess when you give it that fresh cut, then the sap wants to close it up again.
Right.
So the boiling water in the tree preservative breaks that down, causes the tree to start to drink, and now this thing, hey, the old girl, we'll see if she lasts till Christmas, but she looks really damn good right now, dude. So I'm very excited. The holidays are in full effect in the Hebert household.
For all the things that you've said that you've done over the last 24, 48 hours, you should feel pretty good about yourself.
It's been a lot.
I'm making dinner from scratch, boiling water to put on a real Christmas tree.
And the entire time, I've just been on a steady drip of bourbon. Never
you actually on Coors Light pretty early.
Yeah, well, yes, that is true. And with the occasional Coors Light mixed in. I had a Coors Light with my French toast at about 7 a.m. Started with some challah French toast in the morning for the girls. And
which looked delicious.
It was really good, dude. But it is funny. I never got to the point of being drunk, but I have had just that constant, nice, warm holiday buzz on for about 48 hours straight. Which, speaking of which, we may need to keep that buzz rolling here in another hour for the final hour of this show. Look, check it out. Coming up next hour, we're going to talk a ton of football. I do want to get more into the Egg Bowl, into the playoffs, everything that we missed with Jake through this week. Maybe get Jake's reaction to last week's game. Just quick off the top as well. More Off the Bench. Hour 2 next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
go to AccuTemp of Baton Rouge, AccuTempBR.com. Remember, it doesn't matter if it's a weekend, a weekday, holiday, whatever. AccuTemp is there for you when you need them for all your AC, heating, and electrical needs. Jake, I still have a bit of an older system. I need to just like upgrade, which AccuTemp could do. But like mine doesn't do the auto heating and cooling switch, right? So I find myself very often these last couple weeks having to kind of bounce back and forth. But the reason why I'm not worried about screwing up my system is because AccuTemp's been out. They've made it good to go. And look, just go look at the online reviews. They're the best. AccuTemp of Baton Rouge.
But you're right. If they wanted to, they can come out and give you that new system, give you that Nest, whatever it is that you need to have to upgrade your home. They can certainly do that. Visit them online for everything we just talked about, AccuTempBR.com.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% for 60 months on new 2022 Ford F-150s. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
As a community bank, B1 Bank invests in relationships with the people and businesses we proudly represent. Our B1 bankers are here to help simplify the complicated, understand your needs, and make managing your finances easier. At B1 Bank, we offer an array of solutions to help simplify your transaction needs. B1 Bank, one highly personal banking experience. Visit us online at b1bank.com for more information.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Friday, November 25th. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect cloudy skies with a high of 76. You can follow the rest of today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from City Slice Pints and Pizza, starts now.
Let me go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, Peter said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening? The vibes are immaculate here at City Slice right now. We got the World Cup rolling, man. Senegal currently up 1-0 on Qatar at half. USA, England coming up this afternoon. I need to text Luke back. We got to talk to Luke sometime over the next 2 hours, as he may say, he calls the Welsh sheep shaggers, but where did they learn it from, Luke? Okay, y'all are the original sheep shaggers. Hey, how about you have a history of yourselves, England? How about you just stop getting conquered and adopting other cultures? Like, the whole reason Tolkien had to write Lord of the Rings was because all of your Arthurian legends aren't even really yours, okay? They're Frankish. They're Charlemagne taking y'all over. Rome came through back in the day and rolled y'all up. We rolled y'all's ass up in 76 and 1812, and we about to roll it up again here in 2022. You bloody tosser. Get out of here, wanker. Yeah, looking forward to beating up on England today. Can't wait to watch and hear as well. Like I said, vibes are going to be immaculate.
Yeah, you've never seen me during a U.S. game.
I don't think I've ever watched a U.S. game with you. I'm very excited. Wait. No, that's not true. USA-Mexico friendly when we had the whole bar chanting, F you, Danny.
I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't there?
No.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't know. I was out of town. I was covering an LSU game.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, I did feel like we watched the game together because the first time that USA-Mexico played, I think it was the Gold Cup. Was it Nations League or Gold Cup?
I think it was Gold Cup.
Me, you, and Danny were texting through.
Yes.
It's when LSU was playing in a regional.
It was the same late night Oregon night when they played that game to stay alive against Oregon until about 1:30 in the morning. Very weird sports night.
I was running back and forth between TVs, and so I'm not very pleasant to watch it with. So hopefully, I can be pleasant here at City Slice today.
Well, hopefully the USMNT gives us some highlights to be pleasant about. They will determine. They will determine how we react. Jake, we have not talked to you since LSU UAB, and honestly, we didn't talk a ton about it on this show, right? I mean, the biggest takeaways were simply that, exactly what you said earlier. Like, you went out, you took care of business on a night where you had every excuse to come out flat. The offense was locked in. Jaden Daniels, most importantly, was locked in and firing right away, kicking ass. The defense did what the defense always does. Kind of actually what they always do, where early on, got just first couple of drives and then getting absolutely
field possession was tough
and allowing absolutely nothing after that. We don't have to belabor this or anything, but what were your big takeaways from LSU UAB?
They shut down McBride, one of the better running backs in the country. He had 13 for 34, 2.6 yards a carry. His long run on 13 carries was 6 yards. That's someone that had well over 100 yards in every single game he played this year. He had 13 carries for 34 yards, so that was a big takeaway from the defense. You mentioned Jaden Daniels. He got back on track. Those for nearly 300 yards, 22 of 29. Only takes 1 sack. I thought that was big as well.
Yep.
Right? So I know the opponent, but still, big bounce back after Arkansas. You had multiple sacks. Noah Cain was a big story for me. I mean, 13 for 76, 5.8, 3 touchdowns. So all of that was great. Neighbors, I thought, had a great game. Jack Besh, hadn't seen him really in a while, certainly offensively, so he gets involved. Obviously, you put the ball on the ground way too much in this game. Now, the weather was a factor, but you can't have that because, as you know, T, that will get you next to the coach on the sideline quicker than maybe anything in football.
Well, that's why Noah Cain ends up with 3 touchdowns, right? A player that you literally couldn't even get odds on to score a touchdown before the game in any of your sports books because it was so unexpected, and then he ends up with 3. Are you at all worried about Josh Williams? And he was at the game with what? Was it a thigh bruise?
Yeah, I think he got it late in the Arkansas game. Honestly, no.
Okay.
I think if the opponent's different, I think he probably tries to give it a go. So I think he'll be back, and obviously, like Noah Cain getting some confidence, emerging there, having the 3 scores. He actually had a pretty nice Arkansas game, too, as far as what he had been doing compared to what he did in the Arkansas game. And you just got to find a way, if you're John Emery, to hold on to the football because we know you're a dynamic football player, but obviously you've put it on the ground a bunch so far this year. And so I'm not real worried about the rushing attack. If you can get Josh Williams back, and obviously we know Jaden, who had 111 yards on the ground in this game, can be a part of your rushing attack, can be the part of the rushing attack. And so I thought you did exactly what you had to do, 41-10. You took care of business. It's a team that in UAB is not a bottom feeder. They're still a pretty decent football team, but you didn't allow them to have any confidence in the game, and it was nice to see everyone bounce back after you kind of had a struggle there on the road against Arkansas.
Hey, you know what other quarterback leads their team in rushing? Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. Nice. Okay, so
I thought we were sticking college here, but
well, but the only reason why I bring that up is because I feel like a lot of people, when they mention the fact that Jaden leads the team in rushing, it almost carries an implicit criticism of like an offense that has that is not your ideal offense. Well, you know, the Buffalo Bills would maybe point towards that not being the case as much in modern football if you have a guy who's an absolute freak back there like Jaden Daniels is and like Josh Allen is as well. Okay, so that's UAB, LSU, A&M tomorrow. We can circle back around to that. But the biggest story by far this week, Jake, has been Lane Kiffin. Will the Lane train roll on to the Plains? It's been up in the air. It got to the point, though, where we talked to Richard Cross, Brian Haydad, we talked to Chris Lowe, and everybody to a man fully expects Lane Kiffin today to be announced as Auburn head coach. Now, it feels like late last night that narrative maybe started to change. I don't know if it was the denials of Lane becoming more like we got an exact quote that leaked out of the meeting with the players where basically it is said that he said, look, unless something drastic happens, I fully expect to be the head coach at Ole Miss next year, which I actually appreciate Lane for that, if that is the quote, because he's keeping it like straight up real with his players. He's not just saying, look, I'm not going and then leaving. But
and then his players find out, like Bobby Petrino when he's calling the Hogs that he left the Falcons.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Or you know, in the old Tuberville quote, Pine Box and all that. What do you think now? Like because again, these are all very respected reporters, people who have great connections in those news
Richard
cycles.
Cross is the sideline reporter for the Ole Miss football team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and everybody thought that.
So he's their Gordy.
Yes, and everybody thought that Lane was gone and going to be gone today, and now it's starting to change a bit, it feels like.
And we talked about it, I think it was last week, like in the 11th hour, these things can change.
Yep.
Right? I mean, and I was telling this story on Off Campus the other day. I was like, look, for the team that I cover, at one time, Herman was going to be the coach for LSU. Jimbo was going to be the coach for LSU. Lincoln Riley was going to be the coach for LSU.
Yeah.
Like these rumors are something that it feels like they're inevitable, and then they don't happen. Now, this one, it makes a lot of sense. We've talked about this one for a long time, but as we know, sometimes, again, in the 11th hour, you can have a change of heart. Right, it gets really, really close, and you basically have that Auburn pullover on, and like right when you go to put it on, you're like, wait a minute, hold up, is this exactly what I want to do? And we've seen coaches change their mind. I mean, look, we've seen Bill Belichick become the Jets head coach, and a couple of days later become the Patriots head coach.
That's true, yeah.
It happened. I mean, we had a situation in softball here at LSU. Someone takes the job, a couple of days later, change your mind, and then you got another head coach.
Yeah.
So, like, until it becomes officially official, like, there's always going to be that speculation. If he takes a job today, I'm not shocked. If he says I'm staying at Ole Miss today, I'm not shocked. So, like, it's a situation where now it's truly up to Lane. And will the loss and like, will he take a look at the Ole Miss job? Like, man, we just lost Mississippi State at home. Like, in a team that we thought was much better than Mississippi State. Even if it's not true, like, in his mind, he thought that. Is this as good as I can get this place? Right? And so last night's game might actually affect his decision.
Well, and then it's kind of funny because I know that it's not logical if you are someone that makes these decisions. Like, you have to take a more bird's eye view, and you can't care about single game results. But football, more than any other result, single games tend to kind of impact how we view things and perception. And it does take away a little bit of the shine, I think, from Lane, even if you're an Auburn fan. When all of a sudden you look up and Ole Miss is what now? Lost 4 or 5, I believe. So like we said before the year, Ole Miss was probably going to start 8-0, or 7-0.
Yeah.
And then then we were gonna see what kind of team they really were. Well, unfortunately, they kind of failed that test. They go from 7-0 to now 8-4. 4-4 in the SEC. They finished behind Mississippi State because now Mississippi State's 4-4, 4-4 the SEC, or 8-4 with a 4-4 record, but they have the tiebreaker.
Right.
Does that mean Mississippi State actually finishes third in the West?
I think so.
Yeah. Shout out Mike Leach, dude.
Now.
Look at him, dude, the old mad pirate. But, even if you're an Auburn fan, I think you're kind of like, well, hold on now. Like, we're bending over backwards for this guy who just finished behind Leach, even though he had this great transfer portal class, and he's supposed to be better. Like, where's the math here? What exactly is going on? And this is maybe where I'm laying, Jake, that I almost stay at Ole Miss, is that I don't even think Ole Miss fans, I mean, sure, they're upset. It's the Egg Bowl. They're mad. But, like, they would still be happy if he returned.
Yes.
Even after this. And that's real love. Now, they'll want, oh, wow, goal. Nice goal. Senegal taking a 2-0 lead on the host country. But, yeah, like Ole Miss would still be happy if Lane were to return. And so that does just reinforce the point. And he would get a raise to $9 million a year after an 8-4, 4-4 season, because college football is broken in so many different ways. Like, that's the sign of a place where you can be pretty damn comfortable.
I would love to hear, and I know we're not going to have a chance to have DJ and Dome today because we're on location. I would love to hear Mincy's thoughts on this, because Mincy earlier in the season, and look, we all do it, he was talking about Ole Miss going to these places that they'd never been to before and how special this 2-year run was. And it was a nice run, but, like, was it truly special? Like, yes, you won 10 games for the first time in the regular season, but what did you do to follow that up? Well, you underachieved.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I think we could all agree after what happened against Arkansas last week, you fall short against Alabama.
You should have lost
to
Arkansas, especially not how you did.
Right? I think you underachieved there. So, like, Ole Miss, like, yes, they want to keep Lane, but is that at that cost, at that price for that school? Like, they're not a school that has typically been able to do that. Would they say, you know what, we got to do everything we can at all costs. We got to push all of our chips. We got to call every donor to keep Lane here. Is it worth it for Ole Miss to do that? Like, that's the question that they have to ask themselves.
I still think they probably say yes coming out of
they
the
might.
Matt Luke
that wasn't
era.
me having, like.
Yeah. No, I know. That wasn't really offering to take either way, but that's a real conversation that they're having to have with themselves. Like, yeah, like those are the parameters of the and look, let's be clear. Well, I don't know.
Or is it, hey, will Ole Miss say, you know what, we're about to pay, it's freezing cold right there, T-Bob, I got to stand up. if they're saying, you know what, like, instead of giving Lane this much money, let's go give Jamie Chadwell $6 million per year. Let's take that $3 million per year that we were going to give Lane Kiffin, and let's put that into the NIL space.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Jamie, if Lane doesn't leave, like, Jamie Chadwell has to be the hire, right? He represents.
I'd call him, and it happened tomorrow.
He brings the juice. He brings the schematic advantage. He runs that crazy modern triple option attack that's got, like, throwing built into it, though. It's not just like a
offensive guy, which you've had success with.
Yeah, and if you've never seen a Coastal, and that's a Coastal Carolina coach, he has great success on the field. What are they right now? 9-1, maybe. I'll have to look it up.
They've been fantastic over the last 4 years.
Yes, and the thing about it is, if you've never seen, like, their post-game videos, the vibes, it's very similar to kind of Kiffin and how loose they keep it, right? They're like smashing guys through tables, doing, like, wrestling promos and whatnot with a full-on referee in there. Now, there was a moment on the broadcast last night, Jake, that did make me think, oh, Lane's not going anywhere. And that was when Lane's son was on the team's shoulders with the fire extinguisher blowing out the air, and then they're showing Lane's son again, and he's got, like, two of his boys. They all look like they're like 11 or 12 years old, and they're just roaming the sideline.
Yeah.
Like, free access. I'm like, Auburn would not be cool with that.
Yeah.
Like, at Ole Miss, you get a blank check, you're good to go. Like, they will allow you to do that because they're very thankful to have you there. Auburn's going to demand you to be a little more buttoned up and, like, a little more austere and not have that on the sideline. So, again, like, to me, that is one of the reasons why, if you're Lane, maybe, you know what, I am content, I am happy, I'm just going to stay here at Ole Miss and make $9 million a year.
Yeah, and, like, I don't know enough Ole Miss fans to be able to ask them this question, but, like, is this year for you, not for us being LSU fans and knowing what the top looks like, but for you as an Ole Miss fan, is this a good season? You were a top 10 team in the country. You had some juice there. You fall short at the end. Let's say you go win a bowl game. You win 9 games. Is that successful? Because if
the
it
bowl game
is
is interesting to me.
If it is, would this same season be successful at Auburn?
No,
exactly.
definitely not.
So,
and you know what? I don't, because everything's a function of expectations, right? When Lane went 5-5, that was successful during the pandemic for Ole Miss because they were awful before that. But after the 10 wins, after being ranked so high, after starting 7-0, no, I think this season feels like a disappointment. That said, a bowl game like 9-4 feels miles better than 8-5. So I think with a bowl game, they could maybe not make the majority of the fans say it's a success, but they could kind of ease the pain a little bit. All right, let's go to break, and when we get back, we'll be here live still at City Slice, hanging out, watching some footy, getting ready to watch some footy this afternoon as well. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Join the G team. Oh, sorry, guys. Got my ordering a little mixed up. But that's okay, because who never gets mixed up is Gordon McCartan, personal injury attorneys. That's right. Team OTB, glad to join the G team. Just like Jaden Daniels, Mason Taylor recently did. Be on the lookout for a brand new commercial featuring our guys. And never forget, right now, Gordon is giving away bikes to those in need. It's an incredible drive that they do every single year where they hook up people with brand new bicycles, which can be life-changing in more ways than one. Remember, if you want to get involved, you can register at GordonGives.com. That's GordonGives.com. Registration open from today through December 12th, giving away almost 500 bikes across Louisiana.
We always give you the website, GetGordon.com, on social media as well. The handle is @GetGordon to find out all the information that we're telling you about. And, of course, the number, 225-888-8888.
Professional golfers John Peterson and JJ Colleen answer all your golf and life questions inside the new Drop Biscuit Studios podcast for the people. Download or subscribe today at dropbiscuit.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt and Hill. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Before we begin any electrical work here, we perform a home safety check that begins at your electrical panel to make sure that you and your family are safe. For all your upgrades, installations, and repairs, call Mr. Electric.
We get it done with strength, commitment, dedication, grit. We get it done with passion for our fans and love for our community. We are the Tigers. Get it done.
Let the values of the purple and gold be in your starting lineup this season. And as always, get it done.
During the season of Thanksgiving, Corvell Toyota wants to take the time to thank you for your business. We could not be in business for over 50 years without you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you from Corvell Toyota in Opelousas.
Thank you.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior.
Matt Moscona from all of us here at AFR wishing you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving. We're taking the holiday off, but we will be back on Friday. We assure you we will be open here on Friday. Ready to talk as we preview LSU and Texas A&M. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at AFR.
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday. It's Friday again, it's Friday, Sunday. It's Friday again, it's Friday, Sunday. It's Friday again, it's Saturday, Sunday. It's Friday again, I thought the hands of time would change me.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Esther and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob Jake hanging out here at City Slice. Mar and Danny stuck back in the studio. Sorry, nerds. We're hanging out here at the best place to take in the World Cup. During this World Cup season, Jake, I'm looking around, a ton of delicious beers on tap, all the liquor your little alcohol-guzzling heart can dream of, televisions everywhere, great vibes, great location right here on campus. Like, if you're coming in for a basketball game, you're just looking for somewhere to watch any games, it's all here for you at City Sites. We'll be watching USA England this afternoon. Remember, happy hours, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m., you get $3 double wells, half off the wine, $1 pints. If you're in the service industry, guess what? It's happy hour for you all day, every day. And if you're into smoking meats, that's something else. That actually I'll probably be talking about more on Don Juan tomorrow, as Relief Med is my sponsor.
Oh,
for Don Juan tomorrow. Perfect. I know. Perfect for your boy.
We love Relief Med.
But if you love smoking meats, well, you can actually get it from here. So, like, of course, City Slice, City Pork, you know them, you love them. This is where they do all the smoking, right here. So if you ever need, like, a pan of, like, smoked brisket, smoked chicken, smoked whatever, you get it right here at City Slice. What that also means, Jake, the meat on the pizza over here. The pizza's fantastic, right? But you are getting the freshest and the best meat if you get like a sausage or boudin or any of that. So come out here to City Slice, get some pizza, get some beer. It's going to be a great time this afternoon for USA England. We're having a great time. Glad to have the boys back together this week, talking a lot of Lane Kiffin, a lot of Egg Bowl. Shout out Rivers, Mississippi State Bulldogs getting it done. We'll talk to her about it coming up in hour 3. She's coming up here to City Slice. And a little CFP action, Jake, as LSU checks in at number 5, USC at 6. Isn't it Alabama 7, then Clemson at 8? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Is that correct?
Feels right.
I will double check. But what do you think, dude? Do you think that does LSU control their own destiny, do you believe? Andy Staples told us he thinks they do. He thinks that no matter what, if LSU were to beat Georgia, that they would end up in a playoff.
It feels like it. It truly does. And I know that what you said earlier, and I kind of agree with you there as well, like sometimes they'll just have these teams in spots until the other team proves that they can jump the team. And USC has still, some really good games. They got Notre Dame, and then they've got a Pac-12 championship game. But Georgia's number 1. Georgia's been the number 1 team. Georgia has been the standard this year in the polls, right? So if you go beat that team an hour from their campus and you add that with some of the other wins LSU has, it truly feels like they do.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll see. Only time will tell. We don't need to go too into it. Jake, when you look at how this is all going to finish out, do you think that Dabo and Clemson find their way back in this thing?
No, I think North Carolina losing to Georgia Tech hurts them.
So, but what about I guess because I still think USC is going to drop one of these two. Like I think the Pac-12 is going to get eliminated. I do think LSU will lose to Georgia. Like whatever, I'm gonna hope for the best. They're certainly capable of winning, but most likely LSU is going to drop to Georgia. And then so who's going to be that 14? If you have your TCU, Georgia, winner of Michigan, Ohio State, and then LSU's out, like who do you think sneaks in there at 4? And you could use TCU and USC interchangeably, right? Like maybe one of them succeeds, one of them fails, whatever.
I think it depends on who loses Ohio State and Michigan. The committee has shown that they have, kind of slapped the wrist of Michigan for their Week 9 conference.
Yeah.
But let's say Michigan wins a close one against Ohio State. Ohio State's getting in over Clemson every single time in that scenario, right? I think Ohio State, if they lose, like they're going to get the benefit of the doubt. Now, if Michigan does, the committee has shown, like, hey, you played the worst Power 5 non-conference schedule of any team in America, right?
Sanity.
So you're going to get punished for that. So I think it depends on who loses that game. For Clemson to jump Alabama, SC, a one-loss Ohio State or Michigan just feels like the ACC was so down this year compared to what we thought it would be that they just don't have the ability. If North Carolina had beaten Georgia Tech and they continued to have one loss, then maybe.
How in the world did UNC lose to Did UNC lose to Georgia Tech 21-17? Like, how in the world did Drake May get shut down like that? I was kind of watching at the corner of my eye the whole time, but that's kind of how I've watched all UNC football this year.
Yeah.
And generally at one point I turned on the second half, and Drake May has like 4 touchdown drives in a row, and they end up pulling away. And Tech just shut them down, dude. They just couldn't get it going.
17-0, and then you'll lose that game. If you get upset like that, and the other team just that day's better than you from start to finish, like it makes it a little bit easier. But when you're up 17-0 and you don't score a point and they roll off 21 straight, that makes it impossible to be able to be okay.
Hey, so we talked to your boy on Wednesday, your fellow member of Meathead Radio, as we had on Bobby Carpenter.
Was he working out?
On off-campus Sirius XM 84, 2 to 5 Central with Jake every afternoon.
Not today.
Not today. Not today. Hell yeah, dude.
No show today.
But
I don't think.
Bobby Carpenter, we had him on the other day. Little Ohio State, Michigan coming up this weekend. He was talking about how shameful it was last year for that Ohio State team to get pushed around in the manner that they did. Almost 300 rushing yards given up, 7 yards a carry. I don't know if Blake Corum's healthy. I'm just hoping that he is, and so I'm assuming that we all get the game that we want to get, that I hope that he's healthy. But how do you score this one? Obviously, Ohio State more talented, but, like, have you seen enough from the Ohio State defense to think that they may not get pushed around? Because Michigan's O-line remains awesome.
Yeah.
Like, Ohio State may have more NFL talent on their O-line, but Michigan's O-line remains – the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. They play together very well. Like, have you seen enough from Ohio State to think that they won't just get pushed around again this year?
Well, before we get there, they cheated my man Burt.
What? Oh, yeah.
The fourth down, when my boy was blocking 7 yards down the field.
Yeah.
Bielema should have won that game. They should be in the Big Ten championship game. I'm just saying, let's go ahead and put that out there. Michigan got away with one on fourth down. But they did get away with it, and now we're talking about the matchup with Ohio State.
And now Kirk Ferentz and Iowa sneaking in, baby.
Of course.
Big Ten West
scoring
champs.
like 6
Let's
points
go.
a game.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't Ferentz it.
Did Minnesota beat Iowa? It doesn't matter. Whoever wins.
As I understand it, Iowa controls their own destiny in the Big Ten West. Win and they're in.
Whoever wins the West, let's be honest, it's not really going to matter. But going back to the Ohio State-Michigan game, like, Ohio State to me just feels like the better team. The way last year played out, that's the reason you go and you get a Jim Knowles from Oklahoma State. Like, that game hurt them.
Yeah.
That game was obviously something that was embarrassing to them. Michigan has just, time and time again, it's like they found a way, so you give them credit for that, but it hasn't looked in sync. It hasn't looked like a dominant team. It hasn't looked like a team that's a top 3 team in the country, but this is a game last year that they dominated. I fully expect Ohio State to win this one, though. I think Ohio State's talent wins out. I think Michigan was very lucky to beat Illinois. Illinois was the better team in that game. Like, if you watch that game from start to finish, they were the better team. Now, I will say this about Illinois. Nobody gives them respect. In our group chat, I tried to tell a lot of people, I tried to tell the Outfather, that was a top 5 in the country defense in Illinois. Like true top 5 defense, and they played like it against Michigan.
Now, are they true top 5 defense, or is it a Big Ten thing? Because all the Big Ten defenses are top 10 in the country.
I mean, this is a defense, and they did it last year too. Even though they were 5-7, the offense was the reason.
Okay.
This is a real defense, and they showed up, and Michigan struggled with that. Ohio State's defense is not that, but they're pretty damn good. They're much improved, and so I fully expect Ohio State to go win this game, and then what happens to Michigan is going to be the story, because they're going to need some help. Now, if Ohio State loses a close one, which seems just ridiculous to say, I don't think they fall that far.
No, I think Ohio State would survive, and it's all the Notre Dame win appreciated in value.
Yeah.
Like that is, they have a sterling out-of-conference Power 5 win. That's what Michigan does not have. That's why, if you're a Michigan fan, you're like, why is Ohio State getting the benefit of the doubt and we're not? Like, that's why, okay?
It's not even the wins, it's who you played. And you canceled a game with UCLA that would have been this year.
Yeah.
And UCLA, like that win would have gone a very long way this year.
No, if you have that win, I think you're probably still the first team up, a la Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think you would be in the loser of this game would be in the Tennessee position had Michigan challenged themselves. I think I'm with you. Ohio State is in that Tennessee position where they don't even have to win necessarily to get in. By the way, Jake, if Iowa beats Nebraska this weekend, the Hawkeyes are Big Ten West champs and going to the title game once again. Let's freaking go.
That is with the worst offense I've ever watched on tape.
That is the sickos committee.
Yes, because I have put my eyes through that so many times this year. Now, Iowa's defense, borderline elite. Their special teams are elite.
Yes.
The punter and the kicker they have are elite. Their offense is one of the worst things I've ever watched on tape. I could turn on their tape and I could tell you exactly when they were running outside zone. Like, if they were having tails. Like, they weren't creative. They were so bad.
Bro, you ever see Remember the Titans?
Good
Look,
God.
I don't care if they know what we're running. Stop it.
They do. They do stop it.
Nuh-uh. 7-4 says otherwise.
Oh, my God.
7-4, 5-2, or 4-3, I think, right now in the Big Ten.
So bad.
Either way, shout out Iowa. Yes, with a win. No, they're 5-3 right now. A win would make them 6-3 in the Big Ten. And Iowa, of course, has the tiebreaker over Purdue after beating Purdue 24-3. Get Kurt. All right, when we get back here on OTB, a lot more college football talk to get to, some NFL as well. We got some beer shenanigans coming up in hour 3 of today's show. So keep it locked right here off the bench.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob. Go to
All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Whether you need to buy new, used, you want to lease, you want to rent with cheaper per-day rental prices, traditional rental companies, you want to go to All-Star Toyota, where Toyota-thon is going on right now. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. That is the whole website, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, to spell it out. Is a great place to kind of start this process. You can chat with people live. You can see all the incredible deals that they offer. And then, or look, if you want to do it face-to-face, go in. See them off of Airline Highway. See why I fell in love with the staff over there, how they've always led me and my family the exact right answers for our needs. Go to All-Star Toyota today.
Yeah, if you're renting that vehicle, maybe going to College Station, maybe you got a couple extra people in town with a holiday season, you need something bigger than what you currently have, don't worry, you can go rent a Toyota. Per-day rental prices, fantastic per-day rental prices. Check it out online, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Enter now for a chance to win a catch and cook fishing experience from the Louisiana Charter Boat Association with me, Chef Jay Ducote, winner of Beat Bobby Flay. Register now at GoCatch.com. That's GEAUX catch.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Quarterfinals in the Prep Football Playoffs, and we get started Friday night at 6 with Louisiana Prep Preview, presented by the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Catholic High and Etta Carr kick off at 7, immediately followed by the Lake Urgent Care Total Occupational Medicine Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on YouTube, Your View, and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Back, OTB. The boys are back together. Feels good to be back. What also feels good is we got a little pepperoni pizza about to come out here. Let's ride, y'all. If you've never had City Slice, excellent pizza. Truly top notch. Used to come here all the time. I used to live like 2 minutes away, so I probably spent a little too much time eating this pizza, to be honest. But can't wait for that. Beer's about to start flowing after a couple more segments as well. Trying to be disciplined and get to this 9 a.m. hour before we start. We can do a little Ask Jake to close out the hour. Since Jake didn't do any mailbag or anything this week. If y'all want, we'll give you some of our picks. We're not going to do DJ and Dome today. But we can still give you some plays that we like over the weekend. Though why you should listen to me, I don't know. You should just listen to my wife, who went 5-1 yesterday somehow. And then, of course, is berating me for not gambling more money on the bets and basically calling me soft for not putting bigger numbers on there. I know. I'm like, what are you talking about? You'd be so mad if we lost.
Yes,
like, like, get out of here. Get the hell out of here. I don't need that crap. Jake, One thing that so back to the World Cup, which, by the way, Senegal's up on Qatar 2-0 right now. Earlier in the day, Iran beating Wales 2-0 in stoppage time in the 98th or 99th and 101st minute. And one of the things that I have loved about this World Cup has been how they have handled stoppage time. This blew my mind, okay? Because like most friend groups throughout America right now, everybody's talking about footy, trying to get their head around it, and you normally have, half the group that's maybe way more into it than the other half. And so my buddy's like, hey, what's going on? Like, why is there so much added time this year? I was shocked to learn this. So this is a very purposeful agenda by FIFA officials. According to data from Opta, this is insane, and this Opta's just a sports analytic company, but in the average English Premier League match, Jake, you watch Premier League all the time. In the average Premier League match in which you play for 90 minutes, the ball is only active in play for 55 minutes and 40 seconds on average. 55 minutes and 40 seconds on average. That means that play is dead and people are just gallivanting around, farting around, as the canon would say, for 34 minutes and 20 seconds. So this stoppage time that you are seeing is a direct commentary and fight against that. Say, no, we are going to try to get as close to a true 90 minutes of football as we can. And I think it's made for great moments. I think it's a great product. And I think it makes a lot of sense because it doesn't allow for a lot of the very obvious and frustrating time-wasting strategies that teams engage in. By the way, a beautiful goal from Qatar to make it in the 79th here, to make it 2-1. This game just came back alive.
They've been peppering the goal a little bit here.
They've taken over a little bit here. Let's see if they can somehow find a way to pull out some home team heroics. But yeah, I love how they've been doing stoppage time, man.
Yeah, it's been a real issue in European soccer, the fact that they sit there and they waste so much time and they try to get to the end and they try to get to the final whistle, and you don't have the actual soccer. And they usually add 3-4 minutes, sometimes 5 maybe. If you have a penalty, you'll see a number go up. But this is like they're adding 7, 8, 9, even 10 minutes to the second half, which, okay, sometimes that happens. But the first half T usually is like they add 1 minute.
Yeah, no matter what.
No matter what, it's like 1 minute. They're adding like 7 minutes to some of these first halves. So I'm all for it. Don't waste time. Like, play the ball, play it in. Don't sit there and if you're a goalie, if you save it and you're in the 79th minute, you're just going to sit there and cover it for 30 seconds. No. Like, get the ball out of your hands, play soccer, and don't waste time. So I'm all for this. I actually really enjoy the fact that they're actually looking at it and adding the time that should be added.
How about Wales? We didn't even get to talk about the U.S.-Wales game. How about Wales? How come when their players sit on the ground, the refs stop play? But then when Pulisic tried to sit on the ground and kick it, the refs just told him to get his ass up.
Dude, they were beating, for soccer terms, they were beating Christian Pulisic up all game long. You could tell they came in like, hey, we're going to foul him. We're going to do it as close to a yellow card as we can. And the referee just like, yeah, sure, why not? And then, like, you're right. Like, you're only supposed to stop if it's a head injury. If it's not a head injury, the other team doesn't have to stop.
They stopped for them, like, cramping.
Without question, which is not supposed to happen. And so I don't know what was going on there, but it was not great.
How are you feeling about today's game?
U.S. always plays up when they play England. They always play a little bit above their heads. England has obviously at times when it's been the biggest stage and they're supposed to have been this, that, or the other, they've not been that. Now, this is a very good English squad. I mean, they've got names that even the most novice soccer fan would recognize.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tall task. Today is about getting a result. And I know a lot of American sports fans don't want to hear that, but that is the goal for today. Get a point. However you can get a point, because if you get a point, then it just sets you up for so many different possibilities with that game.
Beat Iran and you're in. If you get a point today, if you beat Iran, you'll basically be in. Or basically if you just beat Iran.
You just need to beat Iran because of what they did to Wales. Or because you're not assuming Wales is going to beat England.
Yeah.
But if you get a point today, then it sets up possibilities with you just getting a point against Iran because their goal difference against England was so bad, so drastic. Even though they made up 2 of those goals today, still, if you get a point today, you can still get a point against Iran and then still move on because of goal difference.
Oh, I'm dumb. I thought it was 3 points for win.
Well, it is, but so, like, if you get a second
Oh, but you already have one. Duh. Yes.
You have one
So if
from
you get a
Wells.
result today, then you get a result again, and then yes. Okay. I'm being dumb. Yeah. I see now. All right. So we need a tie, baby. Let's go.
Well, let's see. Iran has 3 points. So actually, look, just win. Just beat Iran.
Yeah, you got to beat Iran.
Because
if you beat Iran,
they
you'll
would
probably
get 4
advance.
because you're not. Like England, you're not counting on them.
Jeez, if Iran advanced out of this group, that'd be wild.
I mean, now that they've won a game, they've got 3 points. If you tie them, they'll have 4. They'll move on because you'll only have a possibility of 3 if you don't beat them. So yeah, you need to. The game is you got to beat Iran.
Yeah.
Like today, you can lose. You can lose 8.
Well,
you
can't lose too bad.
Too bad.
You can't lose too bad. You got to keep it close today, but you actually
I'm trying to make it sound as good as it can. Look, just don't lose too bad today and beat Iran, and you move on.
All right, close at hour 2 of OTB next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
I am Juliet, daughter of Marguerite, granddaughter of Gabriel Piera. I come from a line of strong women, women who knew struggle and success too. Still, I was scared by my breast cancer diagnosis, but I had Blue Cross coverage, which meant I got care from top doctors. I'm strong like my mother and her mother before her. The right card, the right care.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $11,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% for 72 months on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Hey, it's Hunt. We're out Thursday. Hope everybody has a safe and happy Thanksgiving. We're back for a Football Friday from 1 to 3 on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Sweet dreams of rhythm and dancing, sweet dreams of passion through the night, sweet dreams are taking over, sweet dreams of dancing through the night.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. We out here at City Slice, man, hanging out, looking, feeling good. World Cup rolled right away. Senegal kind of ending any threat here. Maybe not. I mean, we'll see. Nice little set piece here for Qatar coming up, but Senegal now up 3-1 on Qatar, so looking like 3 points will be theirs.
Senegal's got they got some quality players. They're a team that definitely can outpace you. They have some quality players that play for Everton, so you know they're quality.
I was about to say, what do you like? What's the angle here?
I was trying to get there.
So close, Andy. So close, Andy.
Yeah.
So Senegal looking like they're going to get 3. Again, we'll be back out here.
I love that set piece, man.
I know, that was really good.
I love that.
We'll be back out here at 1 p.m. To watch this game. I'm going to go run and do a little Snaps Best Bets. After this, you want to subscribe to Snaps Pack.
They had y'all working yesterday? That's what you do?
No, we didn't do anything yesterday. Maybe they released something yesterday. Aaron Murray did have a baby, though.
He did have a baby yesterday.
Shout out.
Well,
so we will meet Baby Miles on Snaps today, actually.
Love the name. I have a Memphis Miles.
There you go.
So love the name.
There you
Shout
go.
out Aaron.
Yeah. I don't know that. I don't think Aaron's much. I don't have Aaron pegged as much of a Les Miles fan, but he did name his daughter Miles. I guess you never know, dude.
Look, he likes that pro-style offense.
Oh, wow. Rivers just arrived here at City Slice and is going. So we all drafted teams for the World Cup.
Mine's the one that lost.
Rivers went with the Netherlands, and she actually has is that a Ruud van Nistelrooy jersey?
Feels like it.
Yeah, I mean, he used to wear 10, right?
Yeah.
Dude? Look,
maybe Schneider, I don't know.
Do want to remind you, it is Brown Friday, Jake. Somebody told me about the existence of Brown Friday. I don't know if it's a real thing or not. I was told that today is the busiest day on the plumbing calendar. I don't know if that's true, but if you find yourself in a Brown Friday situation, okay, I need you to go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. 24/7 emergency service available, license monitored, flat rate pricing, great warranty work coverage once the work is done. So you got peace of mind every single step of the way. Centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
2 minutes.
City Slice is popping, by the way, y'all. We got pizza coming out. We got beer about to come out. There's all kind of shirts giveaway. I mean, they got pool tables here where you can come play while you watch the games. Televisions everywhere. If you love smoked meats, of course, City Pork, City Slice. This is where they smoke the meats. So, like, if you're getting a pizza with smoked meat, think about how tasty that is. But you can just buy trays of brisket or chicken, whatever you want, man. Coming up next hour, Rivs is coming on. We're going to get ready for the weekend, relive an excellent Egg Bowl. We have not talked about it a ton yet, but a very fun. It was actually kind of funny, man. It was the game that I was most excited for yesterday. Like, the NFL games, to me, felt like appetizers for the madness of the Egg Bowl, and it did not disappoint.
I was pretty excited about the Detroit Lions because I thought they had a chance, and I love Dan Campbell and the grit and everything. Couldn't care less about the Cowboys-Giants. I'll be completely honest with you.
Yeah, that game sucked, too.
I mean, it's the Cowboys and Giants. Vikings, because of all the LSU players, yes.
Yeah.
But, the Egg Bowl was definitely the finisher, the dessert and the coffee there at the end.
The only fun part about the Giants game was, like I said, I let my wife do all my bets, and whatever, nobody cares about this, but I did think it was kind of funny where that garbage-ass Daniel Jones touchdown at the end, the Giants scored as time was expiring, gave all Giants bettors and over-bettors the win, of which my wife was both. So she's got a little bit of those hooks in her. She felt that. She felt that rush. That we're beat until we're not rush. Oh, the guy misses the field goal barely.
Yes.
They go down and score the garbage touchdown, and all of a sudden she's like, "Oh man, I kind of like this."
It's like, I give a damn about the Giants and Cowboys.
Yeah, when it's 28-13.
Otherwise, I would not even turn the TV on.
Yes, dude. So that was a lot of fun. All right, hour number 3 of OTB coming up. Keep it locked right there.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% for 60 months on new 2022 Ford F-150s. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Lee Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Friday, November 25th. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect cloudy skies with a high of 76. You can follow the rest of today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from City Slice Pints and Pizza, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back here to OTB, hour number 3 on a Friday. And we're feeling good, man. We got the World Cup rocking. It's been a great day already. Is this game over? Did it officially end? Senegal 3-1.
Yep.
Senegal getting done against the host country, Qatar. Whereas earlier, a pretty interesting upset for America's hopes, at least, as late in the game, in case you missed it, Iran pulling off a 2-0 win over the Welsh. Remember, we'll be out here this afternoon at City Slice for the U.S.-England game. It's going to be so much fun. We got our USA's jersey on. We're going to be drinking beers. There are a million television here. They got sound going through the house now. It's a great environment.
I mean, the maximum amount of televisions.
Yep, all the televisions. Got a great pool table set up, too, if you want to come play. So pizza, beer, footy, it just makes too much sense. Oh, remember, you can always get smoked meats as well. And happy hours, Monday through Friday here at City Slice, 3 to 6 p.m., $3 double wells, half off wine, $1 pints. And if you're in the service industry, just show your bar card, and it is happy hour all day long for you. Here and Off the Bench, hour number 3 every Friday, we have ourselves some drinks.
Yeah.
We've got some delicious cold Coors Light and some nice frosty mugs. Rivs has a mimosa going on. Cheers. Cheers to the Egg Bowl. Hell yeah, dude. Here we go, dude.
I am so tired.
I know you had to be freaking out. How badly did you want to kill Will Rogers after he fumbled the ball on the 1 yard line on first and goal?
I almost sent there was several drafts of text messages to you about Will Rogers, and then I didn't. I was like, I know as soon as I send these off.
He won you the game.
I was driving during the game, but I had it like on the cup holder. I had like the game cast, trying to just, glance at it every once in a while. And when I saw they were on the 1 yard line, first and goal from the 1, I'm like, oh, they're about to put this thing away. And then I look up and I'm like, wait a minute, they didn't get any points from that. And then Ole Miss is driving, and Ole Miss has scored.
Of course we didn't put it away. Are you kidding me?
No. Well, and then in look, the Egg Bowl never disappoints, right? So it's got to be crazy at the end. So it goes from Will Rogers and company being on the 1 yard line, and there's all kind of refereeing shenanigans and everything.
Oh my gosh.
But it goes from Will Rogers and company being on the 1 yard line, looking like they're about to close out the game, first and goal, to then a 99-yard touchdown drive to make it look like they're going to tie it
Very
down
LSU
8.
Florida State-esque.
Yes, to go all the way down there, and then Lane calling not one but 2 timeouts before the 2-point conversion. Only, I actually don't hate the call. They went with a little shovel pass, and was it Wheat that broke it up? Whoever the D lineman was that broke it up, Rivers, was actually a fantastic play.
But you almost knew that play was coming.
So live,
that is like such a 2-point play.
So
for that type
live,
of
I was kind of like, that didn't look great. But watching the replay, it was about 6 inches away from working.
Yeah.
Like that D lineman reaches back and gets his fingertips on it. But if he doesn't, that guy walks into the end zone. So it was a really great play defensively to secure the win.
I agree. I agree.
Now,
it was very exciting. There was so much that happened, and And I feel like building up to the game all week, there was just so much happening with Lane and Auburn and like the
Mississippi
trolling.
State wasn't in the conversation because it was all about them.
Yeah, and which was so nice. It was
Yeah.
like almost like watching a dumpster fire from afar. Like, I mean, I figured we would go in and lose, but like it kind of didn't matter to me because watching Ole Miss just sort of self-destruct was worth it.
Yeah.
And then now we did win.
Then
and
you
they
finished ahead of
still
them
might
in the
lose
SEC.
their coach. Yes,
Yeah.
we're third in.
Well, third in the West, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no,
What?
what's crazy is, Rivs, and Brian Haydad pointed this out when we had him on Wednesday, is even, again, it's something that we talked about all week long. The perception of these two teams were wildly different, whereas the results were exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like, Mississippi State had to play Georgia. Ole Miss got to play Vanderbilt. That was the only difference in record.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise, they played the same 6 SEC teams with
What?
these same exact results.
And they've lost the last 4, right?
They've lost
in a
4 or
row?
5.
Yeah.
They've lost 4
I
or
think
5.
It's 4.
No, Ole Miss, I don't think it's 4 in a row. It's 4 or
Oh.
5. They're sliding hard. They started 7-0.
No, I think the last 4 they've lost in a row. Lane. I think the Lane's going out, losing the last 4 games
I know
of this season.
Bama, Arkansas, Ole Miss.
I could be wrong, but I
Or
thought
Mississippi State,
that was right.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
It
4 or
doesn't
5
matter,
and
but
4 in a
still,
row
it's
doesn't
like-
really change
No.
the math
Well,
too much.
I mean,
It's been an awful collapse after a
It might
7-0
be.
start.
It might matter if you're Lane Kiffin and you're trying to go to Auburn.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like I wonder.
Auburn's like watching that game, like, ugh.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, that's the thing. The offers are already on the table, right? So it's not like Auburn can
Right.
retract. No, it's because they had the one win against, of course, Texas A&M mixed in there. The only thing that
Mixed in.
stopped them, because they lost LSU,
Got it.
beat A&M, then Alabama, Arkansas, and now Mississippi State. So 4 of 5 for Ole Miss, losers of 4 or 5,
You know,
and now
you just
look,
hate to see it. You hate to
Mississippi
see it.
State 8-4, Ole Miss 8-4.
Right.
Both
So-
4-4 in the SEC. That's with State playing a harder schedule, and now State is a tiebreaker and finishes 3rd in the SEC West. Mike Leach.
Just like we planned it.
Mike Leach.
Just like we planned it. Just
How
like
about
we
the
drew it
old
up,
pirate?
You know? Like, what-
But I feel like y'all
Look at
started
him.
to bail on Leach in the middle of the year a little
I
bit.
never really bailed on Leach. I mean, I
Okay,
think
dude.
everyone sort of – there's always a faction of fan bases that bails on their coach.
No doubt,
When
yeah.
they start losing. And it's just sort of that loud minority. I don't think anyone really bailed on him. But I did think it was interesting. There's a lot of shots during the game of Coach Leach and a lot of shots of Lane, obviously. And wow, what a tale of two coaches.
Mike's just like, we won the game.
He's just standing there, and at one point he's like, I don't even know what he's doing. And then Lane, of course, is being Lane on the sidelines.
Lane does the jaw jut. You know what I'm saying? He always gets his jaw like he's kind of underbite, like
He's just
he
very
gets so
like.
pissed.
I think it's almost, and I think part of it is an act because he recognizes that his fans are watching him, and he knows that his fans want to see him emotional.
Every coach has an on-camera style.
Right. Well,
right?
Coach Leach's on-camera style is just to sit there and look at his post-it. It's
Yeah.
like he has
Yeah.
like a post-it, and he's just that's it.
I know. And we were talking about earlier, Jimbo's got his goofy-ass spiral notebook and glasses on the bridge of his nose, like flipping through the pages, and Mike's just like, run the third play.
You know who I did enjoy seeing? I think they ended up showing him more towards the end than Coach Leach, but Zach Arnett, who is our defensive coordinator.
Yeah,
They
I like
showed
that. I like when
him
they were
on
making big
television a
plays,
lot.
and he was like, hey, calm down. Like,
I
we
know,
got
like,
this. We got
man.
this.
My president, Zach Arnett. I mean, he is incredible.
So it's
Funny.
funny.
If he just wouldn't play cover 0 in like the most crucial times of football games, he'd
I'm
be
just
even better.
very nervous though that I'm surprised he's still at Mississippi State. I mean, look, I want to believe that everybody wants to be at Mississippi State as a coach and all that, but I just don't know that he'll.
Well,
be
unless he
at
wants to
Mississippi
be a
State
head
for very
coach. I
long.
mean, honestly, he's in the SEC as a
yeah.
coordinator. Then if he wants to be a head coach somewhere
Yeah,
smaller,
yeah,
like
yeah.
certainly. But he came from San Diego State, so I mean, that was a big jump for him.
What if Lane Kiffin goes to Auburn and steals our
Steals your
defensive
defensive coordinator? That actually, ooh.
For whatever reason, it was said that he didn't interview great for the LSU job. Now, I don't know.
Okay, I mean,
Now, granted, I mean, who also in the Ogeron
I think
era,
he's a good
the
coach.
interview process was up and down to
Yeah.
begin with, right? Like there were some huge, massive home runs, and there were some huge, massive misses as well. So that's why, though, one of the reasons, because they did interview him for that
Yeah.
DC job.
I was gonna address a comment in the chat that you
Yep.
brought up right before I came on air, and so Carl Dunn says, "Tell Rivs don't get too excited. Reports are coming out that the Pirate might retire." That may be true, but the only place I have seen that report is from Ben Mintz. So, I mean, you can Google it. There's nothing. You can look on Twitter.
Twitter's
nothing.
always the place to look for that. Like Google can take a little bit, but like if it's not on Twitter, then it doesn't exist.
It was right in the
Shout out
middle,
Elon.
right in the middle of all the Lane stuff. Ben Mintz puts out a blog post, Barstool, about how he heard from sources that Coach Leach is having some medical issues and that he may be stepping down after this year. That was the first I had ever heard of it. Although, thank you. Although I will say that Mintz probably is more plugged in as far as like back end stuff, like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But this is the first time I've ever heard of it. So to answer your question, Carl, like I don't think that's true.
I haven't heard. Yeah, I haven't heard that either.
I feel like if anyone, I mean, you're.
Yeah, I haven't heard that. That would be a surprise.
That would be
like
so
I feel like Leach feels like the guy who's going to literally coach until he can't walk out there on the sidelines anymore because that's what he enjoys doing. I mean,
look, and I get it, Ben. I get it. There was a whole lot of stuff happening last week, and to just sort of take a little of the pressure off of your school.
Yeah. Hey, pizza's about to come out here at City Slice. So. No, I mean, look, it's one of those deals where you just look. There are so many people who you can talk to that are well connected in a program, and I'm using air quotes here because they probably are. Like they probably donate a lot of money to the school. Like they do have sources, but what I have realized, Jake, in living around and covering a college program for as long as we have, they are massive organizations, right, with hundreds of human beings involved in them. And so the game of telephone, the ways in which things can get twisted about, misconstrued, straight up missaid, boggle the mind. And so, yeah, I don't know who Minty heard it from. I'm sure it's maybe somebody that he feels is legitimate.
But you can say sources and say anything. And I'm not hating on Minty. I'm saying literally anybody can say anything.
Well,
sources say.
We'll play audio. I sent the audio back to them. We'll play it next segment, but Lane in last night's press conference raised the same point. Look at this, dude. Look at the size of this pizza. If you're watching on YouTube right now, we have a massive, how big is this? This is a 24-inch pepperoni pizza here at City Slice. We got some delicious wings to go along with it. Going to be chilling here, watching a little soccer later in the day. USA, England coming up this afternoon.
T-Bob, I feel like you would enjoy this. Just real quick.
Okay, hit me.
U.S., England. On this day in 1783, so today in 1783, the last British troops evacuated New York City. Later that day, Washington marched into the city at the head of the victorious Continental Army.
Let's go, dude!
On this day in 1783.
Especially impactful because I am not great at Revolutionary War stuff, but like, I believe when it all started, my understanding, and I don't remember if it's New York specifically that he rolled through, but, like, the Northeast got rolled up on. Like, they got kicked out of all the cities. They actually had Washington surrounded. It was only a major tactical error that allowed the Continental Army to even continue fighting. So that was a big day a few years later. So if England jumps out to an early lead today, don't be scared, okay? Because we've seen it before. We've seen it before. They don't know how to handle a lead. The empire, or the sun, used to never set on the English empire, okay? And now they're just a little tiny island out there. Get the hell out of here, UK. Get the hell out of here.
That's right.
Damn dirty wankers. Got to beat those bloody asses today.
I'm going to have to go change. I was going to wear this so I could watch, my team.
U.S.
And then I got to change into something,
Yeah, you got to get something American on. Come on, obviously.
American.
I got to grab my scarf. But, yeah, it's going to be very fun this afternoon out here at City Size. And you can get on some of this delicious pizza and whatnot. My God, look at the size of that
Listen
thing.
to this. I wanted to not forget to read this. I saw this. I thought this was impressive, and maybe it's not to y'all. We'll see. Mississippi State wins its 7th game over an AP-ranked opponent under Mike Leach, all while the Bulldogs have been unranked.
Yeah.
No other school has more than 4 wins as an unranked team against ranked opponents in the past 3 seasons.
Well, let me build upon that because Cole Kublik, I have a screenshot right here. Mike Leach has 18 career wins over a ranked team as an unranked school. That is the most of any coach in the AP poll era, so most all time.
That's not surprising.
Well, it's what we always say. He punches up.
He always
now he normally gets punched up once a year as well, but he always punches up
Kentucky.
a couple of times a year. And lo and behold, Mike Leach has done it again.
Yo, what if we had beat Kentucky?
Yeah, I mean, it would suck. You'd have a chance for 10 wins. You'd be 5-3 in the SEC,
When's the last
9-3
time Mississippi
overall.
State won 10 games? Not rhetorical. I have no idea.
Dak, maybe?
Maybe. Was it that year? It was the.
Did Nikki Fitz win 10?
that year.
Did Nikki Fitz ever win 10?
UT Chattanooga won 10. That's what
I think it was that year.
Dan Mullen.
Okay, I was very confused. I did not understand exactly what we were talking about.
I mean, that just would have been so wonderful.
It's okay. It's okay. You won the Egg Bowl.
We won the Egg Bowl.
Don't look a gift horse in the
Yeah,
mouth.
wait,
Dude,
look,
come on.
Don't be doing that.
We win one Egg Bowl.
Chill
I'm like,
out,
what
dude.
up?
Chill out,
What if we, what
Yeah,
if?
don't do that. Don't do that.
All right, when we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked.
OTB, OT, OTB, OT.
It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday. Go Roof. GEAUXRoof.com. 927-8300. GEAUXRoof.com. Look, you call up 927-8300. You're going to get that free professional estimate. It's super easy, right? They answer the phone, you hit them with the roofs up, they come out to your home, they let you know exactly where you stand, so you get all that information for free to make a fully informed decision about what to do next. And of course, everybody's licensed, bonded, and insured. You can trust who's working on your roof. If insurance covers it, it's a big job, great. If not, they will work to find you monthly payment options that work for you. Again, it's 927-8300. You're going to learn that you're going to get a beautiful new roof every shingle time. And you talk about standing by your work. They give you a 2-year workmanship guarantee on top of the manufacturer warranty. Okay, 2-year workmanship guarantee on top of the manufacturer warranty. Go to GEAUXRoof.com. Go Roof!
Professional golfers John Peterson and JJ Colleen answer all your golf and life questions inside the new Drop Biscuit Studios podcast for the people. Download or subscribe today at dropbiscuit.com.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
They said I was small, weak, said my heart wasn't strong enough. But I showed them what heart looked like, again and again and again. Mom got me the right care, the right doctors with Blue Cross coverage. Don't let people tell you who you are. Show them the right card, the right care.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at Running Boards.
Matt Moscona from all of us here at AFR wishing you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving. We're taking the holiday off, but we will be back on Friday. We assure you we will be open here on Friday. Ready to talk as we preview LSU and Texas A&M. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at AFR.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Shout out to all the white guys out there. Very happy to hear Mr. Brightside.
I don't want to paint you guys into. I don't want to paint you guys into a corner. I feel like y'all are a little bit different, but man, if I've watched one, like 25 to 30-year-old white guy karaoke that song, I've watched you all do it.
It's very funny to me though how the younger generation too has kind of latched onto that song. Well, I feel like we were in high school maybe or something when that came out. I can't fully remember.
Is it because we play it all the time?
I don't know, dude.
It's kind of like Don't Stop Believin'. Like, that song kind of took off. I mean, it was obviously popular when it came out, but then the Hills sort of, or no, not the Hills, Laguna Beach.
The Hills Have Eyes.
I think
it's what you're looking for.
Laguna Beach, they had that prom episode where they're all singing Don't Stop Believing.
Yes. Who could forget the Laguna Beach prom episode where they're all singing Don't Stop Believing?
For me, it was more that's how Fred's closed the bar.
Yes, I was about to say, like, pour some sugar on me.
Beach was before that. Were you in college? No, but when you would have been at Fred's.
I was in college before Laguna Beach.
They're my age, so I just forget.
Yeah, I'm older than you, though.
My deal is...
I forget that. You're so youthful.
I used to like Laguna Beach, all right. I don't remember that.
Well, there's this prom episode, and so they play it at their prom after party, and then I know every person that was my age started loving that song after that episode, like started playing it all the time. And then Mississippi State, we play it, well, we don't anymore, but we used to play it at the beginning of every fourth quarter.
To me, it was always...
Which kind of is a weird song to play.
Why?
No,
like,
don't stop believing.
It automatically we're behind. Like, don't stop believing.
Oh, yeah, okay. Let's keep a positive mindset going into the fourth quarter regardless of circumstance. That's all it's saying, dude.
I think Leach actually asked to stop doing it, so now they just play it randomly, like, in there,
We, to me, if you think about, like, college bar songs, Don't Stop Believing, Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Yes.
The Who, why am I blanking? What's the Who song? The teenage, it's not called, oh my God, I don't know why I'm blanking right now. Anyway. That's what I associate them for. That's what I associate them with. Okay. Coming up this weekend, we're going to hand out some bets next for the DJ Dome. Yeah, you can hand it on. Yes, come on. We are very loose. We got and if you're watching online, you see this incredible 24-inch pizza. These slices are massive. The pepperoni's absolutely delicious. We got some tasty wings.
Hot Palmer, most white guy. I literally sang Mr. Brightside karaoke last night.
Wow. That is. Yes. Look, stereotypes exist for a reason.
They do. And I think Hunt checks a lot of those boxes.
Stereotype.
A lot of times.
We love you, Hunt.
Yes, a lot of times stereotypes like cliches are rooted in some truths. It's not to say that you ever use stereotypes to judge people, because you have to give somebody the ability to prove that they are not that stereotype. But, yeah. White guys love Mr. Brightside. As confirmed by Hunt Palmer.
I know that you're fresh to karaoke. I remember your
I
remember your first time.
Yes, but, I do too.
I've never done karaoke. I've just never. What if you're gonna karaoke and you're gonna like walk up there? What are you gonna sing? Like, what's your? I feel like everybody who does karaoke.
I mean, I'm not a huge karaoke guy, but
if you were gonna do it, like
something I know every word to, Heartbreak Hotel, Elvis.
Okay. That plays, like that tracks, I think that I am so paralyzed by indecision about what I would even sing.
And you're very particular about music, and you want to choose the right song.
Would you karaoke, Rivers?
No, she wouldn't.
It took a lot for me to get you to sing
and
on.
it was so bad.
It took a lot for me to get you to
would.
sing on "Song of Purple and Gold" back in the day. I do
Look.
not see you karaokeing.
I love being on stage. I love attention. I do not like singing in front of people.
You like the hip, the hop, the hippity hop?
do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what you would need to do.
I could do that
Something
song.
kind of like little old school rap where maybe it's just very simple. Hit your marks. You don't really have to sing. You just have to be able to enunciate. I think I've done mine too.
Like the most nerve-wracking I've ever been singing, like when you're a rookie, you have to get in front of the entire team and you have to sing. And it's something you have to do. You have to do it. So,
what'd you sing?
Ice Ice Baby.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's one you could do as well.
I could do that.
I knew every word to it.
Okay.
I knew that they would get a kick out of the token white guy out there singing Ice Ice Baby. So
Okay, Hunt
I
said,
was actually
golly.
practicing for that with the Rams, but it never came up. But I was
good for
practicing
you.
secretly in my room.
I was like the first rookie to go.
He was
second
practicing
rookie.
secretly in his room.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, but then Jeff Fisher allowed no hazing, so he ended up shutting it
That's
down.
not hazing.
Surprisingly, I know. But
Nor would I was walking. Okay, guys, we got time for one.
Let's just do it.
Just get it over.
But yeah, I was gonna do the Will Ferrell, Step Brothers, Andrea Bocelli.
That's what I'm saying. Like you would have had something really, really good.
Hunt said his wife brought down the house with Fancy. That is a hard song to sing.
Oh, Reba, shout out.
Golly, you gotta be able to know what you're doing to sing Fancy.
That's a banger.
The
It
answer
is.
is Kickapoo by Tenacious D.
We
That is
Oh,
my.
when we were at Senior Bowl. When we
Yep.
were at Senior Bowl, we went to this one bar. We were like the only people there at first.
Oh, yeah,
But then
that's
there was
right,
like a guy,
dude. I remember that.
and T-Bob kept asking him to sing it. Like he was like requesting it, and he was like, "That's actually part of my set. Like I'm gonna play it at some point."
There you go.
And finally he plays it, and T-Bob, I think I have a video of him.
It's a
but
great
it's just
song.
like he's like singing every word with the guy.
It's an incredible song, dude.
T-Bob at Media Days when it's in Birmingham enjoys a good karaoke as well.
Yeah,
Well, that was
I
his first
did.
time,
I
like,
did. That was my
a couple
first time a
years
couple
ago.
years ago when we did a little Louis Armstrong,
He
dude.
did.
That was.
He drank a lot that night. He did some karaoke.
Oof.
He runs. I mean, seems to be a theme, but he runs in right as the show's starting. Doesn't have a voice.
Bob O'Reilly,
Still
thank
drunk.
you. Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, I had to get. No,
y'all
not no,
y'all
no ish. I
interviewed
had to
Sankey
get.
that day.
I had
You
and I
literally-
smelled like just straight, just cigarettes and liquor.
Like everybody, I'm sure did on.
But no, I
Radio
had
Row.
to. I
Who
had
was T-Bob
to.
yelling at that day?
Ronnie Brown.
I interviewed Ronnie the other day.
Ronnie
on
Brown.
Snaps. Ronnie Brown. Hey, okay, wait. Before we get, we're losing the thread here. I want to.
We have a
play,
thread?
I want to play the Lane Kiffin. It's about
Yes.
2 minutes long.
No, I wanna do this,
But I want to
yes.
play the whole thing. Here is Lane Kiffin, Mario and Danny. I hope y'all are ready. I gave you the video earlier. Here is Lane Kiffin after the Egg Bowl last night. His post-game press conference.
Lane, with the regular season over now, do you anticipate being Ole Miss's coach next season?
Yes, next season. I do.
Lane, we asked about it last week, but there's been a lot of talk about your future and whatnot. Do you feel like that was a distraction at all this week with the players?
I think when it was falsely reported by John, who's now famous, congratulations, that you can just write whatever you want, and I would do it too, I think, because you're never held accountable and you get to become famous, and maybe you'll be right. So John did it, so then I had to have a team meeting to say his article was wrong, which would love to know these unnamed sources from John. But so yes, I had to deal. So you had to have a team meeting because of that. They don't when there's other stuff and chat rooms and all that stuff. But when a reporter writes it, it changes the game with that.
Lane, let me follow up and rephrase the initial question. If Auburn offers you its coaching position, do you anticipate being Ole Miss's coach next season?
I do.
And then if I can follow up, what did you tell your players yesterday when you spoke with them?
I mean, I could just easily say that's between team meetings that we don't really talk about that. But I just told them that report that probably you're not paying that much attention to, but probably your family is inaccurate and false reporting. So,
Lane, when do you think the timeline kind of is for you to sign a contract extension with Ole Miss? And obviously, what's the timeline for that?
I don't know. I mean, I've signed 3, so did that make it, does the 4th one mean you're never leaving? So, I don't know. And much more focused and worried about the game than whether you sign another contract. And I'm not acting ungrateful for that, but again, everybody thinks you signed a contract. Well, a year ago you said the same thing, and then here we are again. So
I know you said you're keeping those meetings kind of private, but did you kind of relay a message at all, if you could share this, that you told your players that you are signing a new contract here?
I mean, I've already talked about that. I shouldn't even got into what was said in that meeting, so I already said it. So I'm not answering any more questions about that.
Ooh, and that cut up comes courtesy of Next Round Live. So shout out to the Next Round boys for cutting that up, putting that together.
Lane, are you going to sign your contract? Look.
Dude.
I mean, I've already signed 3.
Well, I mean, I do kind of, I take his frustration at face value, though. I mean, he raises a good point. He's like, I mean, I've signed 3, dude. What? Suddenly on the 4th, you're going to suddenly trust that I'm staying? I guess Lane's used to it at this point, but that would be so annoying to have to deal with. Also, I didn't think about this. Rivers pointed this out, and it's obvious, but I didn't think about this when I first heard that sound this morning. Sokolov is in the room.
He's in the room.
Like 100% Sokolov is in that room, and he is calling out John by name, being like, I guess you just get to be famous now. Yeah. Like, and it's true. I had never, by the way, though, very phonetically pleasing name to say, John Sokolov. Just it just like rolls off the tongue. But I had never said that name once in my life before. I was not aware that he existed. So in a lot of ways, Lane is right.
We were all texting about it kind of as it was happening in real time, and I can't remember if it was you or Jake or who sent it, but he's the one that broke the Cohen news.
Yeah, he broke the Cohen news, which gives it a little legitimacy.
And also, so the thing about him that I thought was interesting, so he did the Cohen thing, and then he came out with this Lane tweet, and all the Ole Miss fans were like,
OTB, OT. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Service Mastery Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Mastery Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home.
Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests.
Quarterfinals in the Prep Football Playoffs, and we get started Friday night at 6 with Louisiana Prep Preview, presented by the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Catholic High and Etta Carr kick off at 7, immediately followed by the Lake Urgent Care Total Occupational Medicine Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on YouTube, Your View, and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria. 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Sorry about that little technical difficulty. Seems like we lost the feed. I'm not entirely sure when we lost the feed. We ended up talking about a lot. And we ended up talking about how after last week, everybody talking about how Twitter was going to shut down. It kind of seems like Twitter's been thriving a little bit this week. These Twitter streets are hot. Rivers, you were saying last night, you stayed up to about 1 a.m. too. Like, that is the best part about Twitter to me. As I always say, sometimes it feels like a giant bar where you're watching the game with all of your friends. But when something that you love happens, and you know, I follow a bunch of random people, but generally the algorithm's going to put like stuff in front of you that you're interested in. And so, yes, when something you love happens, and then everybody you know is either arguing about it or reliving it or talking about it or lamenting being sad, like, it's just so much fun to sit there and read the takes.
Oh, yeah, no. All night, until 1.
When LSU, when they have a big victory, no matter who it is, it's great to go there and just clown on the other team, celebrate your team's victory. And so I'm sure that's what Rivers was doing last night.
What everybody was saying.
Yeah, you just get a chance, you just keep flipping up.
Wait, so Ole Miss. Also seeing Ole Miss, people freak out.
So I was going to say, in your research, what did it tell you about Ole Miss?
Oh, man, they're so mad at Lane.
Are they mad at Lane?
Man, the Ole Miss message boards look like a dumpster fire. And I do not get on message boards, to be clear, but people are tweeting.
Hunt Palmer does. Hunt Palmer lives on the Texas A&M message boards.
So people are screenshotting, just people responding to the loss on Ole Miss message boards, and they don't seem like they would be sad if Lane left right now. And that is the loud minority. But they're the ones that are yelling about it on the internet. And
right. It is
I did
weird,
not mind
though.
watching it until 1 a.m.
It is weird, though, that you're about to pay Lane Kiffin $9 million a year, and this is just how this stuff happened, right? Some markets decide. You are worth whatever the market decides to pay you. But remember how we just gave that stat about Mike Leach and how he has more AP wins, unranked versus ranked all time? This comes from Colin Deaver, Colin Deaver TV on Twitter. I guess he's from El Paso, Texas. Yeah, I know, right? He's a reporter from El Paso. But he says, Lane Kiffin facts. 7-21 as a head coach versus ranked teams. 6 seasons of 4+ losses, not including the year he was fired at USC after 5 games. 1 bowl win outside of his home stadium in 10 years and 6 bowl appearances. So you were, I'm starting good. But you are, but you were talking about, so like, that's not great. 7-21 against ranked teams.
No,
6 seasons of 4+ losses. 1 bowl win outside of his home stadium in 10 years and 6 bowl appearances.
It's something that we don't talk about enough. Like Lane Kiffin to Auburn, like would that even be something that just saves them? Like for everything that you just said, T, right? I mean, been fired at USC. Tennessee, who knows how that would have played out. Been fired from the Oakland Raiders. You go to like an FAU and you have success, but okay, you're at FAU playing against that type of competition. So what he's done at Ole Miss has been like last year was impressive.
Yeah.
This year looked like it was going to be impressive,
Right.
but then it fell off. So like that's not even been part of the narrative. Like, is it worth everything Auburn's doing right now?
He has to prove that he can make last year into the rule rather than the exception.
Okay, then let's talk about this. So, I mean, I just kind of assume this, and it may not be where Lane Kiffin's head is at all, but I just imagine that as a head football coach, this is kind of where your mind always is a little bit. But I feel like he's watching Alabama and he's watching Nick Saban, and I mean, who doesn't want Nick Saban's job? You know, like who doesn't want to be the guy who steps into Nick Saban's shoes? And I feel like Lane Kiffin, I mean, he looks at Nick Saban like his dad. Like I feel like everything Lane Kiffin does, he's doing to prove something to Nick Saban.
More like
I really truly believe that. Not every coach, but I think Lane Kiffin is trying to prove something to Nick Saban, and more than anything, he would love to coach at Alabama.
It would take a special coach to follow
Right.
Nick,
Well, so
like
this
with a
is-
certain personality.
Right, and so this is the deal. If he go, and so who knows how long Nick Saban's going to coach? It can't be forever.
Forever.
It can't
have
be
you,
forever.
have you ever heard of Warhammer 40K? They keep the God Emperor alive by feeding him 12,000 souls a day.
maybe Nick
I
Saban
can
eats
see
12,000
Nick Saban,
souls a day.
I can see Nick Saban on his crimson
no.
throne with like wires and dead bodies just feeding him, keeping him alive in
I don't
Alabama.
know where
fans
we're
like,
finding 12,000 souls, but perhaps they're doing this with Nick Saban. But let's say Nick Saban does retire in the next 4 or 5 years. I imagine Lane Kiffin wants that job. He goes to Auburn. I just
Well, this is okay.
I just don't
okay.
feel like that's the. I mean, again, I could be wrong, but directionally, I
No,
just don't
no.
think that
If he
that's
goes
where
to
you
Auburn, you don't end up at Alabama.
You're not at Alabama,
Yeah,
and
I
so
agree.
then. I don't know.
Well, here's my deal, though. Here's my deal, and I feel you. I think
Sign a contract with Ole Miss. You can only sign a 4-year contract.
Yeah, right.
You sign that 4-year contract. You live it out. Everyone loves you. Doesn't matter how many games you win. I mean, you need to win the Egg Bowl, which he didn't do. But I think that this year was kind of weird. You just be there. Your kids love it. You have a girlfriend. You like Oxford. Just be there for 4 years and wait Nick Saban out, because that's the job he wants.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. That's the
But I
thing.
mean,
okay.
that's not the job everybody wants.
But this is where, yes, exactly. This is where it all gets a little weird and a little sideways. Because look, I'm with you. Like, if Lane really wants to play the game, he's content right now, and he does well. Look, I think that A&M is obviously going to open up. I think that Texas is going to open up eventually. I think that I think Venables is going to fail hard at Oklahoma. So there will be elite jobs that open up. I guess my deal is, and this is how dumb our brains are, previous to yesterday, I know a lot of Alabama fans that have already been saying that, right? Lane's going to be our next coach, blah, blah, blah. What will they say today?
Right.
Like today, they're probably going to be like, "Oh no, dude, it kind of sucks." Like 60 minutes of football. And granted that there is some validity to that, because ultimately, like, the results are all that matters. But it is really wild how quickly our brains can turn on someone based on
In
one
that
game.
world,
But
for
that is,
sure.
but that is how we set up this game the entire week on the show. Was that this Egg Bowl carried so much narrative weight for Ole Miss, for Mississippi State, changing the perception. Was Ole Miss actually better this year, or were they just a beneficiary of a good schedule?
Well, then Jake brings this up too. No one, not just anyone, is going to step into Nick Saban's shoes. Like, you have to have a certain personality.
Yes. You have an ultimate belief in yourself. Are you
Right,
kidding me?
and I mean, let's talk about Lane Kiffin. I mean,
And he does. He does.
if anyone does,
Well, that's the same reason why you would
it's why
choose
he's
to go to.
succeeding. I mean, you believe in yourself enough, everyone else around you is going to.
Well, and it's
Fake
also-
it till you make it. And I'm not saying that he's not a good coach, but, like, if you truly believe you can do anything, you're going to make other people believe that.
That's also why you go to Auburn when you have Kirby Smart and Nick Saban on either side of you, which is terrifying to deal with. All right, when we get back, let's do a little Ask the Bench here on OTB.
OTB, OT, OTB, OT.
Go to
iticollege.edu, iticollege.edu. Give admissions a call today. We always tell you they want to get you to the finish line. Even if you have something else going on right now, they will work with your schedule. Day and night class is going to take the same time, day or night classes. Remember that as well. Fridays are completely off. So give admissions a call today. Let them know what you've got going on, and they're going to help you get to the finish line. That number is 877-591-1070.
Yeah, look, change your life for the better, man. Just look up ITI Technical College. It's right here in Baton Rouge. It's off Airline Highway. It's a beautiful campus. Remember, the faculty has to have at least 4 years of real-world experience. You're going to train on these same facilities, whether it be scale models, 3D models, actual models of what you will be working on. And they prepare you in just 2 years to get that AOS degree for Louisiana jobs, and they can actually assist you in getting those jobs once you graduate. So forget a job. Get a career thanks to ITI Technical College.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the NBA.
Hey, it's Hunt. We're out Thursday. Hope everybody has a safe and happy Thanksgiving. We're back for a Football Friday from 1 to 3 on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
But first, Tears for Fears.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Tears for Fears, sending y'all into the weekend. And real quick, because we had some technical difficulties earlier, I do want to remind you to go to Riverlands Insurance. Jake, if you get Thomas' email, cell phone number, ready to roll. Jake will give it to you in a second. But remember, for all your insurance need, Riverlands Insurance there for you. Fast-growing insurance company in the South. And look, you just give them a couple pieces of information. They shop around for you, and they will save you money. Home insurance, auto insurance, business insurance, does not matter. Jake, give him Thomas' number.
225-206-1517. 225-206-1517.
206-1517. Call there today. Right now it's time for a little Ask the Bench. Remember, we are out here at City Slice. Best place to watch any sports. LSU basketball, men's, women's, doesn't matter. Got the World Cup coming up today. We're going to be out here at 1 p.m. watching a little USA England. Cannot wait for that, so come on out here today. Y'all got some Ask the Bench questions? Are you watching the chat?
I got a question for y'all. No, I'm not watching the chat, really.
Okay,
after that one guy called me a fast food steak, I'm out of the chat. I'm out of the chat. But I have a question for y'all. It made me think of it when you were saying the phone number. When you call someone, which usually when you call someone at this point is a cell phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you need to leave a voicemail, which I rarely do. But if it's important, like if it's business related or whatever, I'll leave a voicemail. Do you leave your cell phone number? Do you tell them your number, where to call back?
Yes,
but like
I never leave voicemails, but if I leave a voicemail, yes.
But your number is there.
On a business too, you think?
Maybe not. I don't know about a business. That's what I'm thinking.
Most people are operating on cell phones at this point. Like who's got a landline?
I think it just feels like, though, that we are we were trained in our era. When leaving a voicemail to put your number on at the end.
Absolutely. But at this point, I just assume every single person is operating on a cell phone. So, your number's right there by the voicemail.
Look, I get it. I understand the tree you're barking up. I think I'm with Jake.
I'm just curious.
I just am never. Also, though, I'm never leaving a voicemail for a personal human being. The only voicemails I'm leaving are at a business. When at first I'm like, answer the freaking phone, business. You're a business. Why am I having to leave a voicemail in the first place? I ran into this 2 days ago and I Karen'd out and called these people like 20 times in a row. I just kept hanging up and calling back, and they never answered one. I was ready to fight
maybe they
somebody.
were closed for the holiday?
No, they were not closed because they had literally called me 5 minutes before and I had gone into the business. I know they were not closed. No, but they never answered the phone either and never called me back. You know who you are. Pathetic. Get it together. Ask the Bench. Did the men's basketball team get hosed by the refs the last game against Kansas State? I got to be honest, y'all. I haven't paid any attention.
I was on a plane, but it did sound like maybe it was questionable.
It sounded like it was kind of weird. I saw it on Twitter happening live. Hey, really quick, speaking of refs, did y'all see the crazy, or I guess you were driving, but did you see the crazy thing with the refs last night?
I actually missed it. It was the only part of the Egg Bowl I missed. I was putting the kids to sleep.
I still don't really understand what happened. It was almost like the refs, and I think Spencer Hall.
Didn't they screw up and blow the whistle, and then they made an excuse and called it an inadvertent whistle?
Pass, and there was an inadvertent whistle call. But, I think Spencer Hall said it best on Twitter. He was like, it was like the refs messed up so bad, they weren't even sure what they did wrong. No one was actually
Which side of that is Spencer Hall on, State or Ole Miss?
I think he's just there for chaos.
Yeah, no, he's
a Florida.
He's a Florida guy,
he's
but
Florida.
But even then, Spence is just there for college football.
I couldn't remember what team he supported.
And Warhammer 40K.
But it was, I saw that. And
he loves it.
Henry Cavill also.
Oh, yeah, no.
Big Warhammer. He's watching
Henry
your
Cavill,
guy. Is he watching your guy painting miniatures?
No, not Sir Astro, but he's watching. No, the point is Henry Cavill is
painting miniatures.
He's a mega nerd. He's obsessed with 40K. He loves painting
miniatures.
Yes, he's watching. He's following
I thought that was
one
of one.
He builds gaming PCs. He's my dog, dude.
He's basically T-Bob.
He's Superman.
Looks a little different with a shirt off.
No, not true. Not true. Give me 2 days, okay, and I'll reenact the Geralt. Maybe not after this week, but a little bit later.
Yeah.
I'll reenact the Geralt.
This week we're all flying too close to
You
the
should
sun.
watch. If y'all have not, I think that you would I'd be interested to hear your take on if you watch the play,
Jake,
what happened.
Ask the Bench. What is your money line upset alert of the weekend?
Oh God, South Carolina over Clemson.
Oh, okay.
I'll take that cheese.
I don't think I'm going to bet this.
I don't think it's going to happen, but 14 and a half.
Yeah, but it is money line upset. Of course, probably not going to happen. So let's see what happens. But
dude, that offensive game plan was fantastic.
And Rattler just
so many great play calls.
I don't hate. I don't know if I play money line, but I don't hate.
Well, if you're asking me for like a double, I don't hate
Vandy with the points. I don't know about money line, but I don't hate Vandy with the points.
Look, money. If they asked money line,
they did ask money line.
Hey, you brought this up earlier. You said that yesterday you were very excited about the Egg Bowl or whatever, and talking about watching that.
Hell yeah.
Imagine in a few years when it's like Texas A&M. Mississippi State, Ole Miss on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Anyone, I mean, I guess the people will watch NFL still that aren't in the South, but like.
Yeah, no, it's going to be.
I forgot the NFL was happening yesterday.
I mean, I definitely did not. I definitely completely did not care about Vikings Patriots.
I know that I cared about the Egg Bowl, so that makes a difference. But like, I honestly, people were tweeting, and I was like, "What are they tweeting about?" And I was like, "Oh my God, NFL's happening right now." NFL.
A huge thank you to City Slice for having us out here today. This has been a ton of fun this morning. Took incredible care of us. Got some delicious pizza. Got some delicious wings. Beer. USA England this afternoon, 1 p.m. Come out here to City Slice. Let's have ourselves a time, and let's watch the USMNT get it done. Thank you, Rivs. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Big Mike. Thank you to everyone back doing the production. Danny and Mario will have a great day. See you on Monday.
OTB, OT, OTB, OT.
Go to RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. For all of your anti-aging needs, you want to check out Rejuve Me, where look, the bottom line is that if you want to feel younger, you want to feel better, that starts with getting your labs drawn, okay? See exactly where your body's deficient, where it can improve, and they're going to draw your labs and use that information to create a pathway for you. And look, it doesn't have to be that serious, y'all. We're talking about feeling better. We're talking about doing upkeep on your body, right? Like your car. You get your car serviced. Why would you not get your body serviced? Like, it's a machine. And you can go check out the Rejuve Medical YouTube channel where they can give you all the answers and information, or you can go in for a consultation, free consultation day. Ask about the metabolization optimization, okay? It's the new hot thing on the streets. RejuveMeMedical.com.
When I was a boy, I spent my days climbing trees, catching fish. Barefoot in the river I walked, listening to crickets, counting stars. This was home. After my stroke, I wondered if I'd make it back to the people and places I love. But I got the right doctors with Blue Cross coverage. Your card matters. Your home does too.
At Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, we're happy to say we have vehicles in stock and more coming in at no markup. Don't pay over MSRP. Come on down to Corvell Toyota and pick out your new Toyota today. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
My dad just really enjoyed his life, and he enjoyed smoking cigars and thought he was invincible. My stepdad quit smoking, and he really felt like he was in the clear. Sorry. I wish they would have been screened annually. It's not just you affect, it's your entire family.
For more information on Ochsner's free smoking cessation program and to see if you qualify for early lung screenings, visit ochsner.org/quit.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes LUBA a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.